It's that Friday feeling today. Hello, welcome to Sewing Quarter. We are your channel, totally and utterly dedicated to sewing. We think we even got to mention yesterday on Radio 2. I know, it's that fantastic, isn't it? Anyway, we've got a lovely show lined up for you today. It's Friday feeling. It's Friday feeling. Got lovely Janice here. And now I've also got a new guest today that I don't think you've seen before. You've seen her on the adverts, but you haven't seen her before. I'll tell you more about that later. It's Jenny's shop later. Anyway, it's a very, very, very interactive show, this. So if you want to get in touch, the easiest way to get in touch is on the web chat. And how you do that is you go to our website, which is www.sewingquarter.com. Yeah, that's right. And then you click on Watch the Live Show. When you click on there, your screen will go like that. You'll get the bigger screen up, and there's me a few seconds ago. And what you do is you scroll down the page, and you see the box there that says Message to Studio. You just write your message in there. Hannah's writing you a little message now. Hello! Exclamation mark. Yay. Yay, she's saying. Anyway, that is the way to get a quick message straight through to the studio. Now, only send quick messages through to that one. If you've got if you need an in-depth answer, I'll tell you how to get in touch in a second. While we're on that page, I just want to show you two things. If you go down the screen a little bit further, now there are all the items I had yesterday on yesterday's show. They will disappear in a minute, and everything that we show you today, fabrics, notions, everything, books, they will all appear there during the day as we bring them into the show. So you'll be able to go back and just have a little recap of what we've had. Also, if you could scroll back up the page, if you want to put something in your basket while we're live on air, you just click on there, add to basket, it goes up into your basket and you check out. Now, what I would do is, if you know you definitely want it, I would check out straight away, because you only pay 1p&p for the whole day, £2.95. The other way to get in touch, now this is if you've got, first of all, if you don't want to do the web chat, or if you need a detailed answer to something, then what happens is the web chat only goes through to producer Hannah, you see, but the email will go through to our customer service team as well, and they will answer. So if there's any questions that you've got about a previous show or about something in this show that we can't answer straight away on the air, they will answer it within 2 working days, which is fantastic. And that is studio@sewingquarter.com. Studio@sewingquarter.com. Okay, let's get on with today's show. It's all about that beautiful denim-y blue, the colour of denim. It's stunning, isn't it? Now, as I say, Janice is here. She's made this lovely shift dress for us, but we're going to be talking all about techniques today. It's all about zips, it's all about pockets, it's all about facings. So any questions you've got in, when we go over to Janice in a second, if you've got any questions, then obviously just message them in, she'll answer them for you. I'll just show you the fabrics now. There's lots of fabrics, just 4 mainly in this first show, which are the 4 top ones here. Now, they are all denim-coloured fabrics. Now, I've already washed these. I took these home last night and washed them, because obviously, you know, with a denim colour, sometimes the blue dye hasn't fixed completely, has it? This one is called Painterly Washed Denim Print Fabric. Now, it's a denim colour. It's not actual denim, but it looks like denim, doesn't it? But it is like a cotton weight. It's not a denim weight, just so you know. Now, as you know, we sell our fabrics in half-metre increments. It's £11.45 for half a metre. Beautiful, those. It's like very hot now, isn't it? Like snowdrops and little spring flowers bursting through there. This one is 100% cotton, and it's just beautiful. So that's painterly washed, that one. Then if we move across here, now I think this is the one that Janice has used for this dress. The one she's going to show you, she's used the painterly washed, but this is the one she's made for here. You have to look at this one closely, because it's got like stitch. They're not stitch details. They're called casted loops, because it's like a pear shape of what would look like stitches. They're not real stitches. It's a print, obviously. It's a cotton print, that one. Again, it's £11.45 for half a metre. The minimum you can buy is half a metre. I'll just step away from the fabric. The minimum you can buy is half a metre, but obviously you buy in half-metre increments up from that. Any problems, just ring the call centre, 0800 112 4433. Right, then we're moving on to this one. Now, this is a polyester cotton mix. It's 80% cotton, 20% polyester. It's called Indigo Shadow. Now, doesn't it look like denim? Doesn't it look like denim? We'll explain later when we're working with the fabrics. It's like a cotton polyester weight. It's not a denim weight, and it's not a denim weave. That one's at 80% cotton and 20% polyester. Indigo Shadow solid smooth denim fabric by Art Gallery, half a metre for £12.45. And then the last one in this show I'm going to show you, I love this one. it's got the lovely blue, denim-y blue background, but then look at the dots, look at the spots on there. They're lovely. Now, they're very like the round circles that Sammy was cutting yesterday. If you watch yesterday's show, they're a bit like the linear from yesterday, aren't they? Hang on, pointel. Is that pointel? Pointel? We'll look it up, Pointel rings, denim, and now, again, this is 100% cotton, this one, 100% cotton. As you can see, the background does look like denim, but it's a denim print, £11 and 45 pence for half a metre. So all you need to do is ring the call centre, 0800 112 4433, or, of course, now, if you go to the web, those fabrics will be underneath me there. If you're watching on the web, they'll all be down there underneath me. Right, I'm going over to Janice. Because we're talking techniques today, aren't we? How are you, Janice? Lovely to see you. Right, so what are the three main techniques on this tunic dress?
Right, what we're going to do is pockets,
yes,
invisible zips,
yes,
and the facings around the neck.
Okay.
I've already done the facing for the armhole.
Right, which we'll talk about in a second.
The facing around the neck is based on exactly the same
principle.
principle.
Okay, brilliant.
So the first thing we're going to do is the invisible zip.
Okay.
So what we have to do with zips, you always press them first.
You always say it again?
You always press them first.
Do you?
Any zip, you do. You always press them first. Especially on an invisible zip, because what you have to do is the teeth, you have to really stitch as close to the teeth as you can. So you have to press it to open it,
yes,
so that you can get in as close to the teeth as you can. So
that's a really good tip. I'd never known.
Pressed first. So the first thing you do with an invisible zip. Now I've already done half of it because of time.
Okay. So
if I show you the principle of
yes, of course. I'll be butting in asking questions because I don't know how to do this. Right. So I'll hopefully be asking the questions some of you at home will be asking. Is your pattern at the back? Is it edge to edge? No, as in how much seam allowance is on the back there?
Well,
of
it's
the back?
1.5 centimetres.
1.5 centimetres,
so,
that's what
and that's what you do. So, first of all, get our tailor's chalk.
Yes.
So we need tailor's chalk or a marker.
Yes.
A fabric marker you can use, but on this fabric, because it's a dark fabric, a fabric marker being purple won't really show up.
No, of course.
So it's better for you to use tailor's chalk.
Tailor's chalk there, £1.45. You get 3 in there, and that's a pack of 3.
So the first thing you do from the top, you measure down 2 centimetres and you mark across.
Right.
And that's where you're going to place the top of the zip, which is the metal bar.
I was going to say, the top of the zip isn't the top of the fabric, is it, on a zip?
No, it's you have to leave that because of the facing going on and whatever. So the first thing you do is you mark your 2 centimetre line. And then going down, because the zip is placed in 1.5 centimetres, the zipper teeth has to be placed on that line going down. So what you have to do is measure your 1.5 centimetres going down with your tailor's chalk.
So you're literally marking a line, 1.5 centimetres, or whatever your seam allowance is on the one you're making.
Yeah.
So that line there is in effect the centre back of the dress, is
it?
Yes,
it is.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to measure down. I've put a 16-inch zip in.
A 16-inch zip in.
Or 16 inches is 41 centimetres.
Thank you. You got the email then.
I know, I've always worked in inches.
Yeah,
it's very hard to get past that.
Yes.
When you've been doing it for so long. So if we just measure down, 16 down to about there. So that's what you do.
This fabric, lovely, it's a kind of a lightweight fabric. It's nice for shift dresses for summer, isn't it? Yes.
So then what you do, you actually place your teeth on that line.
Your zip teeth?
The zip teeth on the exact line.
Right.
So, and then I've tacked it down, and then what I'm going to do is machine as close down there. I'm doing one side at a time.
Yes.
So I'm going to machine down there with the zipper foot.
OK, now just to recap then, so on this side here, you've marked that line that's not an inch, half centimetre and a half in, but that's not where that tacking line is, that's where you put the teeth of the zip, dead on that line, and then you've tacked or basted.
That's it, basted it
so
down.
that's all completely in place. All right.
So, because what you're going to see is that when you've gone as close to the teeth as you can, when you turn it, you see, that's going to
be the right, of course.
Like the invisible.
So that's why it's important to get as close as close.
You can get invisible feet. Yeah, invisible feet.
Invisible zipper foot?
Yeah, you can buy them, yeah.
Okay.
You can get
one question before you go. Does it matter which side you do first?
No.
Okay.
No. So any side I do. So what we're going to do then is just line it up, and if you keep pressing it out, where's my seam ripper? My famous seam ripper, because it will push it back. Whoops, that's it.
So have you moved your needle, before you start saying, have you moved your needle?
No, what I'll do is actually move the actual foot, because with the zipper foot, it's both sides.
Oh, okay.
So you can do it either side, so you don't need to move the needle. So start with the needle in, and then away we go. As close to the zipper teeth as you can.
So you go backwards and forwards at the top of the zipper?
And then get as close in as you can to that.
Oh, so you're using your seam ripper then? Do you want me to hold the weight of that thing?
Thank you.
The weight you use this to guide it through,
and push it open. See, it's like I say, my seam ripper I use ever such a lot.
Yes.
For machining, because it gets in where your fingers can't.
Of course. Now you're taking your time doing this, aren't you? Because it's important to get your stitching
as close as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you keep pushing it back. But with zips as well, what you have to be careful of is with your iron, don't burn them, especially because with invisible zips you can get the nylon ones.
Yes.
And you've got to be careful you don't burn them. Yes. Of course.
Would you use a pressing cloth then, or would you only press the actual fabric next to the teeth?
You actually just press the actual teeth.
And don't do it too hot then?
No. Okay. Right, now this is the tricky bit.
Right, okay.
Then you have to pull the zip up. Sorry.
No, that's right. So what you do, I see. So you've got about 3/4 of the way down, just over, almost to the bottom, and your zip is open, and you're now going to try and zip it up.
So I can get in underneath.
You manage there.
It's ever so awkward. You have to really.
But you've left your needle down, so you haven't moved the actual zip.
That's it.
You're all right there.
It's just. Come on. Come on, you devil.
Now. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning. You see, this is something that's going to happen anyway at home, isn't it?
It does.
So what you need to do...
It's a weird one, isn't it?
Is it because the
Let's try and go down a bit further.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
Okay, a question about the fabric. While Janice is sorting that out, we had a question about the fabric.
Let's go down a bit longer, see if that helps.
Oh, OK. Now, a question is, an anonymous question, would it be good to get that denim look for children? Because sometimes denim is too hot and too heavy for children. It would, because the actual fabric itself it's not denim, but it's a denim print. So it's going to look like denim. That plain one that I showed you earlier, that looks so much... Look at that. That looks so much like a well-loved denim, doesn't it, that one? That's the polyester mix, that one there. That's the one that's got 20% polyester and 80% cotton in it. That's that one. We'll get the graphics in for you because, yes, of course, look at that. Use that to make a little children's dress out of. Then you haven't got the heavy weight of the real denim and you've got the lightweight cotton there.
Right, what I'm
all
going
toddlers.
to do,
right, hang on a sec. So Janice is going to do something here.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to cast off.
Right.
Here.
Yes.
Close the zip up.
So you mean cast off as in go backwards and forwards?
Go backwards and forwards and then rejoin it after I've closed it.
OK, then only because...
With the invisible zip, that you can do because it doesn't show
the
stitching, whereas a channel zip would.
Yes,
so
of course.
It's more important.
Okay, because if you have this issue at home and you can't, don't panic, don't rip it all out of the machine. Just go backwards and forwards as though you're finishing the end of the seam. Then you're going to take it out and just manually move the.
Manually move it, because you won't see the stitching anyway. So then.
There you go. Why does it do that?
I don't know. It's so annoying.
I know. But as you say, it doesn't matter because it's an invisible zip. You can just now set off again where you left off. But also, it's like, that's life, isn't it? That's going to happen. Yeah.
So on here, you're sewing to the end anyway.
Yeah.
So that's it. So that's the one side done.
Brilliant.
So
yes, exactly. There's a way. I mean, people are going to have that issue. People will have that issue because a lot of our designers, when they've done that, it's been very fiddly to get the zip up. But at least you know on an invisible one, you can go backwards and forwards, finish off, take it out the machine, do the zip up and down, and
that's it. So that's the half of the zip done. So if you look, that when you close, that's what it'll.
Oh yes.
Look like.
So the fabric's hiding the teeth already, isn't it?
Now, also, on an invisible zip, you never join the back seam first.
Oh.
You do that afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So it gets a better finish
at the top.
On the bottom there. So now we're going to do the other side.
I imagine this side's a bit trickier now.
It is, and I've got to make sure I get it done right.
Yes, please, Janice, that would help.
So, let's open the zip.
So you open the zip again.
So
now, you've already marked your 1.5 centimetre seam allowance, haven't you?
That's it. So this one has to go like so. So again, your zipper teeth are the furthest away
from the raw
edge.
Yeah.
So then what you do, you place your actual top of your zip.
The start of the actual either metal or plastic teeth.
Yeah, the metal plastic teeth, correct. And you place that on the 2 centimetre.
Just have to move out of the way, you're just blocking.
It's so shaky today. I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's all that gin last night, isn't it?
Might be. The pink gin.
Oh, pink gin. Oh, sorry.
Apparently it's quite nice, pink gin. I'm not a gin drinker.
Oh, you're not?
No.
What's your tipple then?
Vodka.
Oh, vodka. Vodka tonic.
Yeah. Well, I'm allergic to yeast, so I can't really have a lot of wine or things like that, so... yeah.
Right.
So we'll pin it first.
Yes.
Make sure it's on that line. And then we'll baste it afterwards.
Oh, right, OK.
Just so that until you get really good at putting in zips.
Oh, no, but I think no matter how good you are with a zip, it's especially an invisible zip, it's really important, isn't it, to get it in the right place.
Get it in the right place.
And get it right the first time, because nothing worse than... I mean, you can unpick a zip, but there's nothing worse, is it? Unpick a zip and then start again.
So, again, open it out as much as you can. But again, your seam ripper will help push it open.
Yes, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's it. So we get down...
So when you get to the bottom...
That's it. That's when...
Have you had any breakfast?
No.
That's why you're shaking and you need a bit of breakfast. You can have, some breakfast in your break, yeah?
No.
Jay will make some. He'll does lovely poached egg on toast, does Jay?
Does he?
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go.
So now we're at the bottom. So again... Hold on a second. Just make sure I've done this the right way. That's it. It's a bit awkward here, isn't it? So, hang on a second.
You pinned it the wrong way around.
I think I have, yes.
That's all right, don't worry. Do you know what? While you pin it again, because I don't want to put you any undue pressure here, I will go back the fabrics, because because I know what it's like. So don't, please don't worry about it. So you don't do anything else but the pinning.
I won't.
So don't do anything else until I come back, so I don't want to miss anything.
Then I'll explain what I've done.
Oh, there we go. That's what we're making there, the dress. Now, we're not talking about the pattern or anything of the shift dress. We're talking about techniques today. So we're talking zips, pockets and facings in this first hour. What we're using are these lovely... Now, it's just the top 4 fabrics, but there are other fabrics. Oh, I might tell you about the other fabrics. Well, I'll tell you about them all, right? So these, they're all... What they are is they're denim colour, denim look. They're called denim print. But you know how it's not like a jean fabric. It's not got the weight of a jean fabric. It's not got the... Because you know denim has, like, is it 2 warfs and 1 weft or 2 wefts and 1 one warp. You know, you can Google it, you'll be able to see. But this is more of just an everyday. I'll take one off in a minute and I'll show you. But this is the first one. It's really lovely. It's lovely. It looks like little snowdrops and crocuses from above that, doesn't it? It's really, really cute. I think I've got a wobbly floorboard. Look, I'm not touching that, and it's just wobbling there. So I just have to check the wobbly floorboards later. Anyway, that's the painterly washed denim print fabric by Art Gallery. £11.45 for half a metre. Now, remember, when we sell fabrics like this cut off the roll, they come in the most lovely box. I'll get Jay to get me one in a minute. But that's only the fabrics that come off a roll. They come in a really, really lovely box. And then it's like this. I'll show you very quickly. Look, it's such a gorgeous... This is only when you buy fabric off the roll. But, because there's nothing worse, is there? There's nothing worse than when you buy some really lovely fabric and they just shove it in a carrier bag in the shop. So this is how the box will arrive when you buy fabric off the roll. And then inside, look at this, it's beautiful. It's wrapped in tissue paper, whether you buy half a metre or 10 metres, it's wrapped beautifully in tissue paper in a box. That's lovely, so I'll just pop that back there. OK, so that's £11.45 for half a metre for that one. I have to say, I do like that one. It's the one Janice is using for the dress over there. Now, the one Janice has made this dress out of, it looks like somebody's done hand stitching, doesn't it? It looks like, oh, there's a little bit of thread there. It looks like somebody's done hand stitching on there, doesn't it? It's called casted loop denim print fabric. Again, by Art Gallery, and you know Art Gallery, good quality, fabulous fabrics. £11.45 for half a metre. And I love the fact that from a distance, it's just going to look like an overall pattern, but close to you've got that really lovely, and especially if you're a dressmaker and you've made it yourself, and then it looks like you've just done little casted loops all around in like a teardrop, in a pear shape pattern there. £11.45 for half a metre. Give us a call, 0800 112 4433. Of course, you can go on the web, www.sewingquarter.com. OK, now we're going to this one, which looks so like a denim, but it hasn't got the weight of a denim. Now, this is the polyester cotton mix. It's 80% cotton, 20% polyester, this one. All these others are 100% cotton. It's just this one that's the poly cotton mix there. That's the Indigo Shadow Solid Smooth Denim Fabric. Half a metre, £12.45. Now, really, really lovely. If you wanted to make your child, or you, for example, a denim dress or a denim look blouse or something like that, and you wanted to wear it all summer, because you know in summer, sometimes denim on the hot days, or you're going on holiday, sometimes on the hot days, denim's a little bit too warm to wear or too heavy to wear, isn't it? So you're going to get imagine that in a really lovely blouse with patch pockets and a yoke maybe at the top, either for you or for your daughter. It's going to look lovely. £12.45. These have been washed now. I took all these home last night and washed them all just so you could we could just see what they're going to like, because we often say, don't we, wash your fabric, especially in dressmaking. We say wash that. So we just thought we'd try it last night. Love this one. Love, love, love this one. Now, did we look up to see how we say this? Pointel or pointel? Pointel, I'm thinking it is. Pointel. Pointel rings. Denim print fabric. It's lovely, isn't it? Because the background looks like a really lovely, luscious denim, doesn't it? And then it's got that, almost like a linear printer. Oh, in fact, look at that one. That one's gone a little bit crazy. Look. Oh, now, pointel is a type of knitwear with small knitting or a fabric with small eyelet holes. But I love the fact that some of them got a bit. You see, in real life, you see, this would be me, and that'd be Hannah. That one there'd be Hannah. Yes, well, because your life, a reflection of our lives in print. Anyway, £11.45 for half a metre. £2.95 post package, remember, no matter how many pieces you buy during the day. I know Janice is ready for me. Shall I take you through the others while I'm here? I love this one. I love, love, love this one. Oh, do you want me to waft it? I can waft it. I can waft it. Oh, now, can we check the width? It feels very wide. Oh, now, I think this is wider than you know. Janice, can I borrow your tape measure a second?
No, it's not at all.
Just measure me across there, would you?
29. So it's
60 inches. It is wider than normal, 60 inches, which is what, 150 centimetres, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So obviously that's a metre you've got there, but it's wider. The fabric is wider than the 44 inches that we normally do. £11. And now, normally, you see, you'd only get... It's more like furnishing fabrics that are wider, isn't it, than the dressmaking fabric. Maybe denim. Oh, do you know what? If you are going to use it, because it's a lovely, lovely cotton, this, you could use that for lovely cushions on a chair or something, but not just little square cushions, like upholster a chair in that fabric. That is lovely. This is called Ragged Daisies. Now, the edges are a bit ragged. Oh, now look. If you go, look at those, some ideas there of how what you can use the fabric for if you use it around the home. So they've used it for a patchwork quilt or cushions there. More cushions. Oh, that's nice. Just some ideas there. And that lovely yellow, you could use. Oh, now that's like the bag that Joe made. If you're watching yesterday, that's a bit like the bag that Joe made yesterday, isn't it? All the different ideas. They've got cross-hatch. Oh, no, that's not cross-hatching. I'll take that back. Thought that was cross-hatching on that back one. It's my new favourite thing, but that's not quite. That's a take on cross-hatching, isn't it? Isn't it lovely? All lovely ideas what you can use this fabric for. OK, so that was the scattered... was it called Scattered Daisy? Then I've got the... I like this one. Is it called Topsy-Turvy or something like that? Vice versa. Topsy-turvy, vice versa. It's got lovely... let me take it out for you then Jay can come and try it on. Well, I'm sorry. Again, it's the wide. Look how wide it is. Nice, isn't it? Really beautiful for kiddies' clothes as well, isn't it? But it could be quite classy and classic as well, that, couldn't it? £11.45 for half a metre. This is the vice versa denim print. It's the denim print fabric, obviously, by Art Gallery. £11.45 for half a metre. Oh, you're not wide? Oh, I can't bring it in. There you go. That's how wide, 60 inches, 150 centimetres wide. I'll get Jay to tidy that up for me in a second. Now, I've got two more very quickly, two more to show you. Is it the plain one next, Hannah, or the sprigs? The sprig one. I'm sorry, but if I have to... My director's saying, oh, turn round, John, turn round. Rosebud. There we go. Rosebud. Oh, Rosebud Falls. Not just Rosebud. Rosebud Falls denim print fabric. £11.45 for half metre. Again, this is 100% cotton. And then the last one, but not the least one, is a polymix, cotton polymix. It's 80% cotton. Now, this one hasn't been washed. I didn't get this one to take home. This is more like the lightweight. Now, imagine that in a blouse, because it's got that lovely denim finish, like the darker blue one. If you suit the lighter denim, this has been... Look, see there, you can see the denim effect. It's a print, a denim print. It's called Afternoon Sale. £12.45. I've got to waft it as well. I've been told I've got to waft it as well. Beautiful, isn't it? That's a poly-cotton mix. 80% cotton, 20% polyester. OK, let's go back to Janice and her zip.
I had pinned it the right way around, but what I hadn't done was turn the dress. Then. So you have to do that. I had pinned it the right way around. So
pattern and...
Put it all in. Yeah, so it's exactly the same, like I say.
Pattern and so it's lovely to see
the
expert doing things like you're doing it, like the whole thing, like doing it.
and making a mistake.
Yeah. They did say
but
that, yeah.
That's human error, isn't it?
Yes.
You'll never stop it, will you?
No.
So then all we do is base the zipping once you've actually pinned it, because, again, if you're confident enough to just do it straight to the machine, do it. But to me, there's nothing worse than putting the zipping wrong, because they're devils to take out.
Yes, exactly.
When you've done it wrong. So
do you always tack in a different colour to what you're going to sew in?
Yes, it's best to. It's best to.
And do you take your tacking stitches out afterwards, or do you leave them in?
No, take them out all the time. Take them out all the time. Yeah. But they do get frustrating sometimes because you can't get them out. So, and again, that's where your seam ripper comes in.
Exactly.
So the seam ripper is my little... like Bible.
Oh, so you've always got a seam ripper.
Oh, yes.
Close by. But then again, as you say, it's not just for unpicking stitches. No. You used it earlier to feed the fabric and the zip through the fabric.
Where your fingers can't get to.
We do the seam ripper that you saw Janice using earlier there. I'll just see if I've got one. £2.95. Oh, yes, I have. I have got one. I have. We're not anything but prepared, aren't we, in today's show? There we go. There's the seam ripper. It's the soft grip. It's the large one. And it's £2.95. Just pop it, add it to your order, because it doesn't matter how many things you buy during the day, whether they're notions or fabrics or fat quarters or sewing machines or anything, you only pay £2.95 per day for postage and packaging. Okay? Go back to the tacking or basting.
Bargain. So I'm just finishing off. And then what you have to do, you have to line the zipper foot up as well.
Yeah.
And we change the side on this one. You can't, like I say, you can get invisible zipper foots. So.
What's the difference between a normal zipper foot then and an invisible zipper foot?
It's got a hole in the middle. I've never used one.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, because it is an attachment you can get.
Yes,
to
but
the machine.
Most machines automatically come, don't they?
Yeah, and you can use this zipper foot. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But if you really do a lot of invisible zips, it's all a good name in invisible zips you do. If you do the few.
Now yours is a posher one than mine. My zipper foot, you fix it on and you have to move the needle. You don't move the zipper foot, you have to move the needle. That one, you just move the zipper foot.
They're quite good. And my one at home is exactly the same, and I've got a Janome.
So that obviously comes on the 540, the Elna 540 that we sell. Yeah. Go to the website to check it out.
So again...
Right, I'll let you do this.
Pull it down. Again, get your zipper foot. Push back your zip, and then go as close again to the edge as you can. Normally I sit down and sew.
Yes, exactly. And also the table's very high as well.
That's why I always look for this, the actual. And then if you look again, we're getting as close to that zip, the teeth, as we can.
Now, you go very slow, you wouldn't know this, because
you have to go very slow.
The weight of your dress could almost pull...
I know, it's down, so it's best to keep lifting up your fabric as well.
Yes.
But you have to be careful and go slow on these, because you don't want to sew the teeth.
No.
Because then that will distort your zip.
Yeah, of course.
And you won't be able to close it.
And that's no good, is it?
No. So again, get as close to them teeth as you can. I've got to stress that with an invisible zip. Yes. Because that is all on the finish.
Can you only do an invisible zip in lovely cotton fabrics like this? You wouldn't try and do it in a heavy... Or would you try and do it if it was real denim, heavy denim, like a jean denim?
No, I'd use a channel zip. But then again, you see, don't forget, you've got different weights of teeth.
Yes. So
I've never seen an invisible zip in... heavy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes. So if you buy the zip, is it called an invisible zip, or is it just...
Yeah,
it's called an invisible zip.
It's called an invisible zip. And I really use them only for dresses.
Yes.
You can use them for trousers and that, but I only really use them for dresses.
Yeah, but if it's an invisible zip and then you need to pay a comfort visit, you won't be able to find it.
No.
It's invisible.
That's true.
But you put them in your side seam, wouldn't you, on a lady's trouser, yes? Yeah.
So rather than struggle again,
yes,
I'm going to... And again, like I say, you can just do this easy rather than fighting with the zip to pull it up.
Pull it back up again. So what you've done, you've got 3/4 of the way down, you've backwards and forwards and finished it off.
That's it. Pull it up a bit, like so.
Oh.
Hang on. That's it.
That's it.
And then go back. And
right,
just
before you stitch it, so to just explain there. So what's happened is Janice has gone 3/4 or just over 3/4 of the way down the zip, stitching it as close to... And then, of course, you need to move this back up. So she's finished off, taken out the machine, then moved the... What do you call this? A zipper head? I don't know what it's called. The actual...
I can't think.
The zippy bit there. Yeah. And so you move that up, so you're then going to carry on doing the stitches further down. Yeah.
Let's call it the pulley. Right, now which side?
It has got a name. If you know the name of that, the pulley
I can't think of the name of it, and I should know it. But I can't think... No, hang on. Right.
We never use that word, don't you? Don't ever say, oh, that's a lovely pulley thing on your zip, do you?
I'm just going to move this round the other way because I'm going to do it from the other side.
Oh, OK.
That's it. I'll do that from the other side. So again...
There's got to be a name for it. There's a name for everything, isn't there?
Can't think of it. What's up my head?
Zip pull? No, that's a rip cord, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. Anyway.
I should know it as well.
Yes. Because how many years have you been sewing?
Too long.
Yeah.
Quite a few. Over 30.
Over 30 years.
OK, that's it. So, again, pull it out.
Oh, scissors, sorry. Okay.
Thank you.
We've got these scissors if you want those scissors. They're lovely, aren't they? They're the Fiskars dressmaking shears.
These are good.
Nice.
Well.
These are what I trained on, the Fiskars dressmaking shears like this. Ooh. Graphics are going to come in.
I should have asked for some little ones, to be honest.
I'm sorry, take them off, Janice. You have to use a different pair then. So we're just waiting for the graphics to come in. Computer decided to be a bit slow this morning. There you go. £22.95. They're 25 centimetres, 10 inches. Can't go wrong with those. £22.95. Right, okay.
So then... just got to pull it up there.
Yeah.
And voila. So that is the invisible zip. So I'm going to finish off that in a bit. So don't worry about your bottom.
Yes, don't worry about your bottom. How many times have you been told that, Janice? That is fantastic.
So you can't see it in the back of the...
Okay, before we do the rest, are you going to show how to stitch that bit as well?
So
before we do that, we've had a couple of people messaging about what this is called on a zip. Oh, hang on, it's up here. Zip pull, who said that?
Zip pull.
Sally said zip pull.
Zip pull.
And Mike said pull tab.
There's different names coming through.
Oh, Kathleen and Anne said slider. Never heard it called that, have you?
I think I have, yeah. Yeah, I think I have, yeah.
I'm obviously not up to date on the zip slider. Zip pull, zip pull, yeah.
Different
right,
names.
okay. So now, obviously, you said at the beginning, don't do your centre back seam or whatever seam you put in the zip.
So what we've got to do now, you turn your dress over, or whatever garment it is, and then what you're going to do is fold and meet your seam. Now, the best thing to do with this is, rather than do it straight away, because it's quite a long seam to do, you just literally fold and match the seam.
Yes.
And then with your zipper foot again, what you can do, what we need to do is just go to this side of the zip and just machine it about 2-3 centimetres just down there.
Okay.
So if you do that first, and then afterwards...
Okay, and what does that...
You can do it as, you know, as one seam.
Doing that, going the other side, what does that do? It just finish the zip off?
It's going to finish the zip bottom of the zip off. So that's what you do. But you just do it that side of the zip at the bottom.
Okay.
So if we just do that
We'll do it. We've got time to do it. It's no problem.
And then if you just do it with your zipper foot...
Oh, lots of people say, Janice, you're fabulous under pressure.
I know. I do work on pressure. Always have done.
Oh, apparently it's difficult enough to put zip in, let alone having John and the television cameras there. So would you like me to leave?
So all we're doing is just closing that up a bit on the bottom. That's it.
Yeah. Can we see that from the other side when you've cut it off and everything?
That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, yeah. How many pairs of scissors have you got over there, Janice?
Right. And then if we just do that there. And then turn the dress up inside out again. On. That's it.
Thought you were going to put it on then.
And there we go.
Oh, I see.
See? So that's your bottom of the... Should we turn it round the other way?
Yeah.
So that people can see. That's it. So that's your bottom. There.
So there's the zip.
There's your bottom.
And then doing that little bit underneath, you just see...
That's it. So if we just trim that bit off, and that's your bottom of your zip.
And then you just seam that as normal.
And then we just seam that as normal.
Or you can leave that open and have a lovely...
Yeah, have a lovely great big
vent. Yes.
Slits.
Fantastic, that's brilliant.
Let's
just have a look. That zip is incredible. You need to buy an invisible zip. You can't just buy a normal zip, can you?
No, it's got to be an invisible zip.
But that's fantastic. So now, really, really good for a really lovely lightweight fabric like this one.
Yeah.
Now, would you always put the zip down the side seam? Do they still make dresses with zips down?
Oh, yeah, you can have an invisible zip on the side. Yeah. You can have this anywhere.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you can have
but it really just looks like a seam, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's brilliant. And then when you've pressed that, it's just going to look amazing. That's lovely. So that's the invisible zip that we've done there. This is the painterly wash denim print fabric that we've been using at £11.45 for half a metre. So the next little trick is... what's that? Facing. Okay, now you've already faced the arms, but you're going to show us how to face the neck, aren't you?
So once you've cut it out, this is your interfacing.
Okay.
And you have to do these, that's the actual neck.
Right.
That's going to be interface.
So how have you got that shape there?
From the curve, just on the pattern.
So that's the shape of your neckline that you're going to have, your finished neckline?
Yeah. So if you look.
Oh, okay, yes.
It's like that.
Lovely.
Okay. So then what you have to do, because it's a neck, you need to strengthen it. And what comes into that is our facing. Medium weight interfacing.
Iron-on facing.
So what we've got to do is the neck, and these are the ones that are going to go around the back of the neck. So you actually face these as well.
So you basically you've got the front done on the fold, and then you've got the two back necklines done because it's going to have to be open at the back, isn't it? And that's then your shoulder. That's your shoulder seam there, isn't it?
And then what we do after we've pressed them.
Would you like to press them?
Yeah,
I'll get the iron out for you.
Now, hang on a second. So, have we got steam?
Now, in my day, we didn't have iron on interfacing. We used to have to stitch it. So is it
Again, that was my day as well.
Yeah, well, no, but you're up with the times, aren't you now?
I'm getting there.
Is the iron on easier then than the one we used to have to do in stitch on when we used to do it?
Oh, yeah, lots easier. So anything iron on's easier, isn't it, really? So if we just iron it to get the crease out. With the art of dressmaking, it's always the pressing.
Yes.
Pressing is so important. So if you do that, then normally you'd have a damp cloth, but hopefully we've got enough water in the...
Jay's fault.
Hopefully we've got enough water in the iron.
Yes, there should be some there, yeah.
Blast it with the... Where is it? That's it.
There you go.
There we go, we can wet it.
Well done.
So, again, you don't have to be perfect with this. It's...
As long as it's within your seam allowance.
Yeah. That looks like it's burnt a bit.
OK, the reason that's gone a little bit brown there is the iron needs to be cleaned last night and it hasn't been cleaned, so...
Oh, is that what it is?
That's Jay's fault.
Oh. It's actually
we blame everything on Jay. Poor boy.
And that's your other one. So all we've done is put the interfacing on. So then what we have to do is we have to attach...
Do you want to come back to your station here?
So that people can see what we're doing. Oops. You have to attach... You'll have little notches where you're to attach them. OK? So if you see the notches there and there, so then all you do is attach the notches together.
Brilliant. So you're just creating... The neckline, the whole of the neckline, right the way from centre back, right the way around the centre front, back to the centre back again.
So, and then all we're going to do is sew down there
and
with our normal foot.
So
we need to put our normal foot back on. So we'll do that. That's it.
They attach so easily, those Elna feet,
They're great, aren't they? They just whip off. So I do a 5/8 seam. I did 5/8 seams on this dress, or 1.5 centimetres. Okay. So if we just sew down there, reverse, and sew down there again. Come on, come on, come on. Might be a bit slow at the machine, this machine. I'll move it up a bit on the next bit. Okay.
What you saying?
That's it.
Muttering away to yourself.
No, it's a bit slow, the stitch I've got on the machine at the moment.
I can make that faster for you then.
Need to just up it a bit. So...
That's why I checked.
Where's my
pin cushion there?
That's it, lovely. And then we just sew the other side. So hopefully it's a bit quicker. So again, just knot it by reversing the stitch. Down. And walk the machine. And up it goes. Now that I call walking, when you're just doing a few stitches.
Yes.
That's it. So take that up and on. So what you would normally do when you've got time is you could either to neaten, you fold the seam out.
Yes.
And what you could either do is if you've got a serger, you can do it, or you can even a serger, overlocker.
Overlocker.
Or you can always tuck them in, trim them off, tuck them in. And then do a zigzag stitch just to neaten the
seams
corners.
off, yeah.
That's it. And also, you do the same with the outside.
Oh, okay.
Normally, I would overlock that with my overlocker.
Right.
Okay. So
but
what
if you haven't got an over, because have you got an over? Is this an overlock?
You see, that's my overlock.
So this is the one that Janice did at home last night. She's put an
overlock stitch.
We are getting some overlockers in, but for the time being, how would you finish that if you didn't? I haven't got an
like
overlocker.
I say, you just turn it in and zigzag.
Okay.
Do a zigzag stitch.
So you're just finishing the seam off, yeah. Before you do the next stage,
yeah.
Somebody's asked to see which fabric. Oh, this one. The dotty one. There it is. Now, that's the Pointel one, isn't it, that one? Just get the graphics in for you. That's the close-up of it there. I'll do a waft if I've got time for you at the end of the show. Still got about 12 minutes left. The graphics have been very slow today. Here we go. There you go. Pointel rings. Denim print fabric, £11.45 for half a metre. It is lovely. Somebody just wanted to see it. Sorry, Jenny, so you can carry on now.
Don't you worry. So then all you do, you undo your zip, because you have to do your zip before you do facings.
Of course.
Because, of course, the facing is going to go over the zip. So first thing you do, when you get your dress, I always start off with matching the corners. So it's two right sides together.
Yeah.
So I open my seam. As you can see, to me, with dressmaking, the inside should be as tidy as the outside.
Of course it should, yes.
So, again, with my overlocker, they're worth the weight in gold.
Yeah.
Because if you look at that seam, that's an overlock seam. You can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not all of us are lucky enough to have
I never had an overlocker for years.
Yeah.
So...
Well, were they invented when you started?
There must have been. No, they were, but you can... If you... and all you do is pin the corners, sorry.
No, I'm going to be your assistant.
That's it. And then pin that corner. And then try and overlap a bit on the end. Like 5/8 to do the turn.
Oh, yes, because you've got to turn it in.
Yeah,
because your zip's already turned that top bit in on the dress,
and then what I always do is I use 2 fingers.
Yes.
If I'm going on a fold, if you look what I'm doing there, I've got my 2 fingers.
Wait, let's get it.
If you get into tricks.
There you go.
And you put the pin in like that.
Oh.
It's to go round curves and things like that. And also what you do when you've... I might be jumping ahead yet, so
No,
I
you can jump ahead as much as you want.
That's it. I might not have to do that here, so there we go. Put the pin in there. And again with this, the seam ripper on the machine helps because you get little tucks sometimes when you're doing jobs on the curve.
Yes.
And what can happen is you can have a little fold.
Right.
So with the seam ripper again, it helps.
So you're feeding it through with the seam ripper on the sewing machine?
On the sewing machine as well, just to stop the puckering. That's it. Again, bend your fingers.
Now, when you first start, do be careful when you do this 2-finger technique, because you do have to get the pin between your fingers. I think there'll be a bit of trial and error at the beginning.
So what you can also do, once you've done the 2 sides, you can also match the crease in the middle of the facing, because that's always cut on the fold, and you can match the fold with the middle of the dress.
Front of the dress, yeah.
You know, so
you know you've got it evenly spaced all the way
You've got it evenly
round.
spaced out then, you say. Yeah. So that can go there. That can go there. So again, it's right side to right side, because I used to put them on upside down, back to front.
Why?
I always used to... you know, in sewing, there's always something you struggle with.
Yes, exactly.
With me, it was facings.
It's like when you bag out a bag, isn't it? You've always got to remember which one goes inside which one, because you end up with 2 outside pieces on the inside and everything.
So again...
Oh, Sue's messaging she can use some of this fabric to make a shirt. That'd be nice,
That'd be nice.
Very nice.
Well, that dress looks lovely on.
Yeah. Oh, does it?
Nice. Yeah, because I made it to fit me, to see what it looked like on there. And
so you've got the little summer dress. Because obviously it's a bit big for the stand there. So we should have taken a picture of you wearing it. Do that later.
It's like white stuff. It's a lovely...
Other shops are available.
No, I like white stuff.
Yeah. So what are you doing at the edge there? Is you just easing it over? Yeah.
Ease it over. And again, you have to be careful with puckering. This is the trouble. It can always... And that's it.
There you go.
So now, we've got our plain foot on the machine. So once all that's done, you look, and then it's round the back as well. That's your facing. Okay. So then what we do, we might do a 5/8 seam.
Go on then.
And we sew in 5/8.
Don't worry, because what we can do is when we're doing pockets as well, because we're doing pockets in the 11 o'clock.
Yeah. We're doing
10 o'clock show as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
So if we don't get to the pockets on this now,
You'll
we can always do
anyway.
them. We could
see the pockets anyway.
Thought you'd fallen through a hole in the floor then, Janice.
No,
we can talk about, because we're doing pockets on a skirt in the 10 o'clock show, so if we don't get time to do these pockets on this, we can show you how to do them in that hour as well. I just think it's important to see that. There you go, that's the pocket on this dress. Yeah, because we'll do it in the next show, so we don't have to run.
Again. Sorry, John.
No, that's why I'm holding it. No.
Knocking you with the dress.
Because there's nothing worse when you're stitching, isn't it? The weight of your fabric falls over the table and then the whole thing pulls.
And
Robert's messaged in with a tip. When using invisible fit zip foot,
yeah,
you don't need to iron the zip beforehand.
Oh, is that right? Ooh.
He's obviously got one. Do you know what? Maybe we'll come together and get you one for your birthday. When's your birthday?
September.
Oh, September. We've got time to club together to get that then. It's what's his birthday today, isn't it? Sammy Claridge's birthday today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. So there we go, coming up to the end of it. Backwards and walk.
Yeah.
And up and out. So then we take our pins out. It's lovely. And then what you have to do, and I'll explain it. So
don't worry. There's no rush then.
Okay. Because it's a curve.
Yes.
You have to cut into it.
Right.
But you've got to make sure you don't cut into the stitching.
Of course.
So.
Oh, that's one.
That's one.
Thank you.
So then we turn that.
Right. So let's just have a look at that on the table.
So, if you look at that on the table, then what you do. You either can do a couple of things. You can press that.
Yes.
Or finger press it. And then get the edge out as much as possible.
So where would you clip then?
But what I always do, when it's a curve, I will clip.
Oh, clip. It's up to you. That's what you call it, isn't it?
Into the shoulder there. And then I would literally go from just before the seam of the shoulder and all the way
around the front.
Yeah. But what you've got to do, normally it's best to do it with little scissors.
Oh, have we not got any little ones for you? Oh,
not here at the moment. But just you clip into the stitch. Now, if you're worried about cutting it too much, just do a couple of stitches. You could even do another stitch line around the neck.
Oh, yes.
Just to strengthen the neck. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So any curve, and on the armholes as well, you would do this. More so on the armholes, believe it or not.
Yes,
because of the curve.
Yes.
So if you just clip in.
Lovely sharp scissors there.
Because it just gives it ease to do.
Yes.
And you can also cut the seam down.
Of course, yeah.
As well.
Okay.
So that's that. Then you actually turn it. Now, another tip that I gave, which I will do again, is if you have trouble getting this to a perfect, because what you'd normally do is press that and then top stitch it. So what I always do is, if you have trouble getting it out, I don't need a pin.
Oh, don't need a pin.
I just need a needle and cotton. Right. Another tip is, just get a piece of cotton in a needle.
Yeah.
And you go into the seam. And if there's a bit that hasn't come out like that, like a crisp finish like that, you go into the seam and you pull that through and then you pull the seam out by pulling that cotton. And that will pull. That will pull the actual... seam out. So, again, if you do that...
Yeah, we're just watching on the overhead camera there.
And you pull. And then you pull. And that will pull and give it the perfect finish.
That's even better than doing it, because I would use a pin, you see, but then you might catch the fabric, you might catch the stitch or anything like that. That's brilliant.
Then what we do,
okay, so last tip on the facing would be just to fold it over and top stitch it round.
Top stitch it round, but also on the sides again, nothing's more annoying than when you're walking down the road and the facing flops out.
Yes.
So what I also do is just attach the shoulder and put a little stitch there.
So it can't flip back.
Can't flip back. If you can get it, if it's a thicker fabric, do it all the way around.
Yes, exactly.
Stop it coming. And your armhole's the same. Like if you look there, I've actually stitched.
So you're not going to have the facing coming out. Nothing worse. It's like those hanging loops, isn't it, when you see those as well. Janice, I'm going to have to leave you because I've got to go. That's fabulous. But we will go through the pockets in the 10 o'clock show because Janice is doing techniques on an A-line skirt. Yeah. Brilliant tips. Thank you, Janice. Viewers are loving it. We'll see you in a little while. I'm just going to go through the fabrics. Just the fabrics from this show, the top 4 fabrics here. Starting with this one, which we're loving, the Painterly, which is the one Janice used, the Painterly Wash denim print fabric, 100% cotton, £11.45 for half a metre. Now, we already had lots of you saying you're buying that one for a blouse, to make a summer blouse. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? £11.45 for half a metre. Beautiful colours. They're like snowdrops and crocuses, aren't they? Like bursting through in the spring. Then we've got this one. Now, this is the one that Janice has made this one out of. And it's called Casting Loops, and it's lovely, isn't it? Because it looks like you've done little hand-stitching details all on the fabric there. Again, £11.45 for half a metre. Just give the call centre a ring, 0800 112 44 33. Go on the website, www.zonequarter.com. Then we've got the third one, which is the plain one, which looks like a darker denim. Now, this is a cotton polyester mix. It's got 80% cotton, 20% polyester in there. But look at it. Doesn't it look like the finest quality denim there? That one's £12.45 for half a metre. Really lovely. The minimum you can buy is half a metre, and buy increments of half a metre up to however much you want, as long as we've got it in stock. And then last but not least, we've got this, the pointelle, or the pointelle, which is taken from either knitting or from crochet as well. No, it was knitting or it was fabric with eyelet holes in it. Thank you. Hannah's just shouting out random words at me again. £11.45 for half metre. I do like that one. That would make a lovely... Do you know what? That would make a lovely pinafore dress, that one, wouldn't it? Now, we're coming back at 10 o'clock, again with Janice, to do skirt patterns, and not patterns, techniques and pockets. But next, Jenny Fox-Proberts, you've not met her before. She's got fabulous books, and then things that you might buy to go with that book when you buy the book. Don't go anywhere. 3 minutes, come back.
My name's Jenny Fox-Proberts, and I'm the senior editor of Today's Quilter magazine and Love Patchwork and Quilting magazine. I got into sewing and quilting because originally my mum used to do cross stitch, and I was kind of interested in what she was doing, the threads and the colours and so on. And then it really just took off from there. My favourite thing to make would be a quilt, mainly because I get to use lots of different fabrics and all the different colours and patterns, and I get to cut up all that fabric and then sew it all back together again. My top sewing tip to anybody would be, before you start, take a deep breath and enjoy it. That's the main thing. As soon as you start to worry or stress, step away, have a cup of tea, go back to it, but most of all have fun. I started working with Immediate Media because I wanted to work with craft magazines. My background is craft book publishing, and I'd done that for a really long time and loved it, but the appeal of magazines was something that I felt I could add something of my own knowledge to it and also learn lots more as well. The only issues I have with mixing craft in work and in my own time is finding the time, basically. I love doing what I do. I love bringing together lots of different designers and lots of ideas and publishing them for readers. So I probably spend a lot of time doing that and don't worry too much about what I do in my own time in the end, because it's all the same, it's all creative to me. I think Sewing Quarter will help to expand the sewing and quilting industry because we're bringing the craft directly into people's homes, and that's so important. I think being live, demonstrating live, showing the materials, having people on screen who are passionate about what they do. The thing that I'm looking forward to most about Sewing Quarter is meeting people. That's what I always love with anything. I think the people who come in have the passion and the interest, and watching people demonstrating what they do live, looking down the camera, seeing that infectious enthusiasm, that's what I'm looking forward to most.
Brand new to the Sewing Quarter, we will be bringing you an irresistible range of cuddle fabrics in a rainbow of colours this Saturday, the 4th of March. 8 a.m, we'll be demonstrating how to make a toddler's snuggle blanket. And 11 a.m, we'll be making a children's adorable cuddle hooded towel. Give your loved ones the softest of hugs with the Shannon Fabric Cuddle Range from Sewing Quarter.
You know what? That squidgy fabric's gorgeous, isn't it?
Lovely.
I know. At last, she's here. This is Jenny Fox Proverbs. You've seen her on the adverts. Now, for those who don't know, who are you? Because you're very, very integral to this company, aren't you, really?
Ooh, well, I work at Immediate Media.
Yes.
And I am the senior editor of Today's Quilter and Love Patchwork and Quilting magazine, which basically means I have quite an overview these days, and I get to work with lots of lovely people in my teams as well. And that's one of the best things about the job.
But they're fabulous magazines to work on, aren't they?
They are. They're really creative and inspiring and instructive. And actually, when it comes to sending them to press, I find myself reading them, and the team are saying, "Come on, get it! We've got to get it to press. We've got to get it to press." I say, "But I'm reading it. It's so interesting." So yeah.
And that's fantastic. And then this is the realisation of your magazines.
Well, this is kind of being able to walk into one of our magazines, actually into the pages. And have a go the sewing and go into Fabric Corner and everything. So it's really exciting to be here.
My last question before we start on the show is, how do you fit everything in? If you're the senior editor of the magazines and you're here every day bossing us around and everything, how can you fit all of that into your day?
It's that amazing team that I mentioned before. They're the key. They're the key. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, I'm really... Jenny's supposed to have come on air from age, and she can say, "Oh, I'll come on next week," or "I'll come on next week, come on next week."
Promises.
So, but you're here now. Now
yes.
you've got the first one out the way. You could be here all the time. So what is it we're going to do in this next hour, then?
OK, we are looking at books. And books are my first love. When I started my career about 20 years ago, I wanted to work in publishing, and I started in a book publishing company, and my very first job was working on cross-stitch books.
Oh, OK.
I think they were amazed to find somebody who wanted to work in publishing on books and who could read a cross-stitch chart. so that was my secret evil plan to get in.
Exactly.
And ever since but I absolutely adore books. I love them. I think they're so important. I think everybody should have a good bookshelf of books to, again, inspire, instruct, entertain.
And go to, because we all have those moments, don't we? We go, "Oh, I know how to do this embroidery stitch or that seam or whatever," but you just need occasionally that.
Absolutely. You want to go there, be able to browse your own library to look for those particular things.
But I love books around the house. I love to be able to just pick up a book and flick through it.
Yes.
But anyway, so what's the first book? Is this the first book we're dealing with today?
It is.
So it's called Make Your First Quilt by Alex Anderson. Now, you won't get these Post-it notes here. We've only got one, you see, at the moment here in the studio. So these are Jenny's notes here. So you won't get... There it is. There it is. But you can put your own notes in your own book. It's £10.95. Now, it's by Alex Anderson. It's called Alex Anderson twice. That's good, isn't it? Ooh. Make Your First Quilt with Alex Anderson, book by Alex Anderson. £10.95. Now, why are we showing this book and what's so special about it?
What is so special about this book? Just before we start as well, I want to say that I expect everybody's books on their shelves at home to end up with lots of sticky notes like this.
OK.
I go out, if you have any books, go out and buy a big bag of sticky notes and just start marking those pages to go back to again. So to see this...
But it's like cookery books, isn't it? You always have something in your favourite risotto or whatever.
Exactly. So what I really love about this book is, you can treat it as an overall beginner's guide to quilting, to making your first quilt, or treat it as a really in-depth project. So one or the other, depending on what you need from it. Okay. So it's very versatile, and one of the first things I thought about this as well was it would make an amazing gift for somebody. If you know
Mother's Day,
someone,
around the corner, Mother's Day,
you
Easter.
know somebody who either wants to get into quilting, who's maybe hasn't done it for a long time and wants to brush up again and get their confidence back, it's perfect. So that's why I picked it. The other reason it is wonderful, is that it lays flat.
Okay, what I'm going to do, if this is then that's the difficulty of working on telly, we have to learn to read upside down.
Oh my goodness.
So the viewers can see it, we have to read upside down. So that's the first thing, is the book lies flat.
The book lies flat, which, as we all know, trying to grapple with a book on your sewing table and your pages are flapping and whatnot. This lies flat, so that's perfect. Again, one less thing to worry about.
Yes.
So basically, what this book gives you is your whole journey through the process of making a quilt, right from the very beginning, with all the bits and pieces that you need, through to choosing fabric.
Yeah. Yes, it's got, I mean, all the basics, like pins, thread, seam ripper, iron, all the things you're going to have ready to start it all.
Yes, handy checklist there for you. And then it also begins to talk about, in very, very kind of fuss-free terms, very easy terms, are things like choosing fabrics. So talking about colour value, and I love this little quote here, for example. Value does the work and colour gets the credit.
Oh, yes. You see, because we've had a lot of people who have watched the show and say, I can do dressmaking, I can do everything, never done quilting, really want to get into quilting. Because it really is, they're two different worlds, really, aren't they? Dressmaking, quilting, to begin with, it's two different worlds completely.
Yeah, if you can sew in a straight line on a sewing machine, you're ready to tackle either, but after that, yes. So in here, so things like colour value, for example, is extremely important in quilting, and this explains it in very simple terms so that you can get on and feel confident about choosing fabrics and colours and prints. Then we have this, I thought was really helpful. This is basically showing different layouts of a quilt block.
Yes.
So how versatile one quilt block can be.
Okay, because that's quite interesting, because designers talk about their quilt blocks.
Yes.
But we haven't done a show about quilt blocks yet, so it'd be interesting. So Lucy's all, you know, Lucy Brennan, gorgeous Lucy.
Yes,
she's always talking about her blocks, laying them out, and how she spends a long time putting fabrics in different places. Because you can follow a pattern, but you can also follow your own. You can do the pattern, but then you've still got to put the fabrics in the. Hang on, I'm not saying this right. You can do the traditional block, but you've still got the fabrics to go. So where do you put a light? Where do you put a dark? Do you put two the same together? All of that. It's fascinating, isn't it?
Exactly. In those, and then also when you're making your quilt, you've got all your blocks. Then you don't have to put them in exactly the way the pattern says. You can turn them. You can put them in different order to create different effects. So already this isn't just a book that's talking about the how-to, it's also showing you it's limitless as well, so it's being inspiring.
Fantastic. And also, I mean, a lot of people are frightened of colour, aren't they? So when you do patchworking or quilting, if you go into a fabric shop and there's all those fabrics all over the top, a lot of people would be, even Lucy says this, she can walk into a shop and be overwhelmed by too many colours together. Yeah. But don't be frightened by colour, be inspired by it. And that's where the things like fat quarters come into handy, because someone else has done all that work for you, haven't they? They've chosen the fabrics that go nicely together and everything. Yes,
and that's why I chose a fat quarter bundle to sort of complement this book, because I think these are the ideal way if you're just starting out to purchase your fabric, because the work's been done for you, you know it goes, there'll be a nice range of big prints, small prints, and so on in it as well. So I thought this is a nice, and they just look nice together, a book and some fabric and all, just this nice little bundle.
Jelly rolls, I don't think if I bought a jelly roll, I don't think I'd ever open it, because I just love them all rolled up like that and everything.
I'm guilty of hoarding jelly rolls and never opening them. It's very bad.
Because once you open them, you can never really close them again. That's the fat quarter that Jenny's chosen there. It's the fat quarter bundle by So Easy, £14.95. It's really lovely, because I mean, I love spots, but you've got a mix. Now, you see, some people would be frightened about putting a spot and a floral together, but when it's together in a fat quarter like that, you know it's all going to work well together, don't you?
Yeah, you know it'll work well. And also, when it's put together like that for you, once you start putting those together, it'll begin to give you the confidence, once you see it working, to then start to branch out and maybe start to put together your own fabrics as well. But this is a nice kind of safety wheels, trainer type fabric for you to start with.
Because if I just started and didn't know about colour, I would just choose mainly all plain fabrics of one pattern, because I'd be terrified of. But that, I mean, the spots and flowers together would be gorgeous anyway. But it's just, like you say, gives you the confidence. So I think, well, if they say they go together, I'll go with it. And then when you start making your first quilt, you're like, oh, but I could put a zigzag in there, or I could put another stripe in there, or something like that.
A very handy tip that I learnt years ago when I worked on cake decorating books was that it's harder to get a professional finish on an all-white cake Whereas if your cake icing has different colours and designs and so on, it covers a multitude of sins. And I think the same thing goes for fabric. If you're a bit unsure, if you're getting your corners meeting, your seams are a bit wonky, colour and pattern is your friend.
Well, of course, because if it's all red, white and blue, say, and you're doing that, if there's a corner missed, you're going to see it, aren't you? Whereas if it's ditzy fabric, spots and stripes, to start with, it really doesn't matter. But I know quilters love to be precise when they're experienced, don't they? They're all our quilting ladies. They all love to be precise.
That's it. That's definitely the aim. Yes. But while you're still learning, you can make those little mistakes, and it won't show so much.
Exactly. So what was this? What was this page all
about?
Well,
this is a project. This is the beginning of the project that's in here.
Oh, okay. So the book comes with a project in it.
The book comes with a project in it as well. Yep. So, and as you can see here as well, they've shown it done in bright colours, clashing colours, prints and so on here. Also with some white background fabric they've used.
I noticed Lucy did that the other day. We gave her a K-facet fat quarter to make a quilt out of, and she said, I'll put some white squares in because the colours that are there, it's absolutely... I don't know what the word was she used, but the white background popped them out.
It makes them pop, and also you can then see as well the pattern a little bit better. So if you want to emphasise something here, like this star shape, then doing it in the plain fabrics really helps to bring it out as well.
So if you want to make this quilt here, this is in this book, is it?
It's in this book, yep. Everything you need, all the fabrics are listed that you need, and you could buy them all on the website as well. Not these particular ones. You can go in and choose your own. Get that confidence. We've got lots of patterns, lots of plains in there. So the whole project is in here, and it's all beautifully illustrated.
But that's what's important, because sometimes words aren't enough, are they? It's like, especially just beginning, you want to see exactly what they're talking about. Because sometimes when you write words, or like we talk, we just presume that everybody knows what basting is, or what this is, or that is. Whereas when it's written down and drawn for you like that, it's fantastic.
And this is all here. And don't forget as well that you're always able to reference back to the beginning of the book as well, with all those how-to techniques as well. So this is why it's such an in-depth project, and that it's really telling you how to do everything. So we can see these blocks made up here, joining them.
So a block, for instance, could be it's a square with other squares inside it. Is that what's the basic?
Yes.
Description, that's a block, is it? All of that?
That's a block. That would be one block.
Yes.
And that would be another block.
Yes.
So you might just have, so in the case of this quilt, you have these two blocks, and that's your main, these are literally your building blocks of your quilt. You make those up, and funnily enough, when you make your first one, it's a bit of I'd also practice block first as well.
Yes.
Get some scrap fabric, do a practice block.
Yes.
Then when you're feeling a bit confident, you can go ahead and make all your blocks together. And as you go through as well, you find you get better and better. It's good to repeat the same block, and that's a great learning process. And then once you've got all your blocks, that's where the fun begins, and you start to do your layout.
It must be, as a quilt maker, it must be so satisfying. Like, you make your blocks, and then as you put them together, and also the blocks relate to each other as well, don't they? You know what I mean? So it's not like, I'll put one sort there and one sort there. They're all made so that when you start putting them together, it creates the whole story, doesn't it? It's just, I love it. I just think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
And what else have you got in this book for us, then?
What have we got? So we've just got all these great instructions that fabric requirements was talking about here as well, all very clearly laid out too.
I like the fact, because it looks like we've got, I don't know if Alex Anderson's a boy or a girl, but it looks like we've got their own personal book, and they've just thought, I'll just write that little, you know how you do in your own book, like, remember to do this, or remember to do that. I just think it's sweet that there's the real instructions, then little notes just to remind you as well.
Alex,
oh, it's a lady.
This lovely lady here. And she really wants to teach and inspire you, and you can see that's already coming through in this with all her little notes and things, and kind of, remember to do this, and she really wants it to be fun, and she wants you to have a great time while you're doing it.
And do you know her? Have you met her?
Unfortunately, I haven't met her.
Let's get her in.
We should, shouldn't we?
Definitely. I think this is a really, really lovely... like you say, it's a starter book, but it's also a go-to book then, because if you've got that... So is there a pattern in there, or does it just tell you how to cut them out in the square? Oh, no, it just tells you how to cut them out in the squares. There we go. All the what sizes you need to cut.
So you can either treat this as a first book for a quilter, which has the basic instructions in there, the basic techniques, and the quilt project.
I'm just looking
or just treat it as one quilt. If you love the look of that pattern, it's great value for just one quilt pattern as well.
So this pattern is, oh, here, there it is, there, that's lovely, isn't it? This book will talk you through how to make that quilt.
It will, and there's options as well for these optional border designs with flying geese. So if you're feeling a little bit brave, then you can go ahead and add those.
Is that what they're
borders.
called, flying geese?
Flying geese.
Oh,
yes.
I love the way everything's got a name. Like we had a quilting book on the other day, like 1,000 blocks.
Yeah.
And literally every single block has got a name. Lucy's making me a log cabin. Lucy's making me
she's
a
generous,
log.
isn't she?
No, not a log cabin to live in. A log cabin quilt for my bedroom. No, it's Jennifer Taylor who's built a log cabin in her garden. You've been seeing her Instagram. Jennifer Taylor's built a log cabin in her back garden. It's going to be her work. Anyway, it's her. She calls it a she shed or something like because the husband's not allowed in. It's just for her.
It's not a
I love this book. I love this book. 1 fun block, 12 easy layout options, 4 different sizes at £10.95. Now, I'm going to. We will be going back to different ones, and we had that lovely fat quarter to go with it. Now, if I just reach across you, Jenny, there, we've got our next book. Now, because I've seen this book already. I love this book.
Yes.
It's got everything. It's got everything in it, hasn't it? I'll let you talk about it.
Well, this book is a classic. It's a classic book. It's been a bestseller for many, many years. And quite rightly so. The author, Catherine Guerrier, is a very talented quilter. She has that great combination of knowing her techniques, knowing her stuff, but also she's very creative and she loves colour and she loves experimenting. So this is really ideal for anybody who wants to be like that as well.
It's got everything in it. We've got applique, we've got quilting, we've got finishing, we've got themes, we've got techniques, how to use it. What kind of level would you say you'd have to be at for this book then?
I think with this book, this would be, if you were just getting into quilting, for example, this would be a great book because at the beginning it does give you lots of basic techniques in there, the sort of how to use a rotary cutter correctly, how to square up your fabric, all those kind of basics that you need, but then it will also grow with you. So as you work through the book, you can either work through it, you can jump around, but it actually will grow with you. So if you're an experienced quilter already and you're wanting to learn new techniques, you're wanting to sort of freshen up your repertoire, this is also a great way to do it.
What are those?
They are templates. They're little window templates. So what you can do is it's something called fussy cutting.
Oh, no. The ladies all talk about that, fussy cutting.
Yeah, fussy cutting. So you can place this over print fabric and you can see the pattern through it.
You've got a big floral.
Yep.
You put the big floral in the centre of there.
Yes.
And then, see?
Yes.
We've got them apparently here. I haven't had them on my show yet. But look, like you say, everything, the materials, wadding, because there's all talk about which kind of wadding to use. In the book, there's all the different kinds of wadding. Working out how you're going to lay it out. This is before we've even got to cutting a piece of fabric, isn't it?
Exactly, yes.
And it's an interesting read, like you say. It's not like an instruction book. It's like a lovely book to sit and actually read the notes
It's what we would call on Today's Quilter, it's what we would call a good read. So we like to have good reads in there that you can really sit down with a cup of tea.
Is that your little drink of choice, cup of tea?
Yes, curl up the cup of tea in a book.
Oh, but I just love it. And also what's lovely about patchwork and quilting is all the pictures are interesting, aren't they? It's not like this is a piece of blue fabric, this is a piece of pink fabric. They're all fascinating to look at.
It's real eye candy.
I know,
all the way through.
Like just the different designs. You kind of think, I would never even think of anything like that. So it's kind of inspirational as well, isn't it?
It is, yes.
And just like, but as you say, simple blocks like that's the 4-patch block. Is that what it's called? 4-patch block.
Exactly.
But intricate details, just fantastic, aren't they? Now, a lot of our ladies, I noticed on the table here, I'm going away from the book for a second, a lot of our ladies either have the really, really long ruler like this, or they have the, you've got your own there, the square ruler.
Yes.
How dinky is this?
That's really cute.
So, would you use that the same way as you use your big ruler, but just to make your smaller patchwork squares?
Yes, you might be using that to make smaller patchwork squares. The other thing that something like this is really useful for is for quickly checking 1/4-inch seams or any small measurements. So rather than struggling with your huge kind of, sort of 24-inch ruler, this is very quick. You can very quickly go to your fabric, check, even while it's on the sewing machine, And so something this size is absolutely invaluable.
Of course. No,
yeah.
no. I'm finding out more and more of the route, because I watched the lady, I say ladies only because we've only had lady guests so far, but they all start with the long one, the square one, and it's ruler down, cut, ruler this, ruler, angle, and they do everything on the, and then they suddenly bring out an isosceles triangle one when we're doing bunting and everything, and that was like a whole nother story. But they're kind of essential, aren't they?
Yes.
They're
absolutely core. That's your core quilting kit is your mat, your rotary cutter, and your ruler. Bundle of fabric, away you go.
Okay, now I see you've picked really, really bold fabric colours to go. What you've done is you've got the book, haven't you? And then you've chosen colours and fat quarters to go with. They're really lovely there. We just got to put we're having a few issues with our graphics today. So there, eventually, it's the old-fashioned quilting rule. It's 2.5 by 2.5 inches. That's 6.4 by 6.4 centimetres. £4.45. Do you know what? That'd make a lovely present, wouldn't it? You know, if you've got a friend or a mum or a daughter or anyone who's making quilt and they haven't got that one, that's a really, really cute little gift.
It'd be really sweet to give with some fat quarters that would just sit on top.
Oh,
that
yes.
would look lovely.
You've already thought of wrapping.
Oh, yes. I'm way ahead of you.
That's really, really sweet, isn't it? So, we're talking about the Encyclopedia of Quilting and Patchwork here. The techniques. It's a really, really lovely book. Now, we'll go through... I've got the one here for you to look at, but Jenny's got hers with little post-it notes on.
I'll just swap this in, because I just wanted to show you quickly. So you can... I can't help it. I've got to be in there with the post-it
No, that's
notes.
fantastic.
So here we are at the beginning, and this is showing you, as we were talking about, was basic cutting. So safety with rotary cutting. Doing it properly means you don't cut your fingers off, you don't waste fabric. How to do it properly, because we don't want to waste fabric.
No, of course not. No, because Jo Carter, every little bit, when she's making her, and she goes, I'll keep that bit for a tail, you know, or I'll keep that bit for... And it's like, she keeps everything, you know.
Yeah, yes, absolutely essential. So, for example, I was having a flick through, and one great... technique that I love and is very popular and sort of has a resurgence is cathedral window quilting.
Right.
So this is a fabric manipulation technique. It's almost like, feels like sort of origami or something with fabric. The lovely quilter Lynn Edwards, MB, this is her specialty as well. Right. And we've done this with her in the magazine. So, yeah. So
the finished quilt, has that got... Because we've seen a bow tie, is it called a bow tie one, where you've got the little pockety bits underneath?
Yes.
Are those actually lifted from the... is that flat, or is it 3D almost?
It's flat, so this is kind of your background, your print fabric, and then in here is kind of 3D. It's kind of... You can feel the fabric on there.
Like that.
And the other thing about these quilts is they use a lot of fabric and they're really heavy and substantial.
And
they
you want
feel
that
lovely.
in the winter, don't you? Want that in a quilt. You want to be able to feel pulling it over you and everything.
Yes.
That's really lovely. Oh, we need to get her on to teach us the cathedral window
we
as
absolutely
well.
do.
Unless you could just run me one up now. Do you actually do all the quilting and the patchworking yourself, or are you just so busy writing about it?
I'm so busy writing about it. Well, what wonderful thing about my job as an editor is finding the experts and finding the people who do it. And a lot of the time they're telling me what to do. They're telling me what people want. They're out there in the field as well. So it's a real collaboration.
You must learn so much from them all the time.
You don't even realise that you're learning to. So they go, I know what that is.
So now you need to get a workroom and start doing it yourself.
I've got a workroom, and I need to get into it more. And I think being here, fitting in time, but being here on the channel it's been so inspirational, because you can always hear the sewing machine going in the background.
Totally.
This is a lovely technique as well, applique percé. So it's a type of applique, and what you're using, so it's Parisian applique. So what you're doing is cutting images from fabric. So the idea was that when fabric used to be very expensive, and there'd be a very expensive kind of silk with beautiful florals on it, the ladies would cut particular flowers, and applique them onto a background fabric, and create these amazing kind of
So you're
images.
basically creating your own fabric from little bits. So I like that idea.
Exactly. It's almost a bit like kind of scrapbooking.
Yes.
A little bit, this kind of old-fashioned Victorian scrapbooking.
And this is what's fantastic about this book. So it's showing you the different stages of what you can do. So you can cut it out, add stitching on, or just create a whole posy from that. Now, is that where you'd use those fussy cutters?
You could do, but mainly, but really it's about fussy cutting templates.
Yes, yes.
You could call it fussy cutting templates. Tongue twister. Really what you would do is you'd go in with a really good pair of scissors.
Yes.
And you would just freehand cut around the shape.
Okay,
and that's a lovely thing to do as well. It really kind of takes you back to school doing that kind of cutting out different shapes.
Yes. Oh, it's fantastic. Is that, what's this? Oh, that's shadow applique.
Shadow applique.
So it's got everything. I mean, everything. It really has got everything.
And then a beautiful gallery at the back as well. So more inspiration, tells you about the quilts. So it's, as well as sort of teaching, it's also extremely inspiring and gives you something to aspire to. And even, you know, even if you never get to this stage, which I doubt many of us ever will, I know.
That, I mean, I love that one, but that's incredible. That's like those optical illusion pictures almost, isn't it?
Real 3D sort of magic eye.
So the book not only gives you tips and tells you how to do things at the beginning. I love that. Joseph Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat thing, that is. When I showed the book, I loved this. Kind of inspiration. But that's like, well, it is a stained glass. I mean, it's just fantastic, isn't it?
It's amazing. And if nothing else, this really fires you up. And as you see the energy, it gets you energised. If you're sort of out of ideas, thinking, oh, it can't be, don't know if I want to go and do any sewing today, have a look through this and you'll be off like a rocket.
Exactly. But also, even creative people, even if you think, oh, well, I know all that, I could do all that, even creative people like yourself, sometimes you see a picture and you go, oh, I wouldn't have thought. You know what I mean? Yes. There's always more room for more creative ideas.
Always keep looking within quilting and look outside quilting as well. Just the world around you is inspiring as well. So. But
it's kind of it's mixing kind of, because it's all different techniques, quilting and patchwork. Yes. But you wouldn't imagine that applique. I would think of applique as a different art form, as it were, not to put applique and quilting in together. You know what I mean? Using different skills and different techniques to create more. Because I think of before I came to work here, patchwork quilt, that's all I thought of. Didn't know that there were so many. I mean, the fact that we've got one book anyway that's got 1,000 quilt blocks in it, you just kind of think, how, you know, every day there must be a new quilter block discovered or chosen or something like that. So this is the book we're talking about here, £12.95, the Encyclopedia of Quilting and Patchwork Techniques. Now, if you get that book, you'll say these fat quarters, you could use these for plenty of the techniques and patchworking that's going on in there.
Exactly, I think so. And as I was saying before, we've got some patterns here, but these solids, if you're feeling a bit more confident, this type of solid is brilliant for trying new techniques, because you can see clearly what you're doing. So whereas the patterns will sort of hide things a little bit, these will really help you to see. So if you're doing your cathedral windows, for example, that we saw before, using these solids will help you to really master the technique and see exactly what you're doing.
But also good value. Good value.
Yes.
You know, £9. That's
I couldn't believe it when I saw these on the site.
I know,
amazing.
Winterberry, £9.95. And the colours in there are gorgeous. Oh, that's
They're
very much like your top, that first one, isn't there? Really, really lovely colours in there. £9.95. So that's the Winterberry one. And then the one next to it is called Iris. That's called the Iris. And you can see, because look at the beautiful colours in there. That would be great for the cathedral window, that one, wouldn't it? Because they're very spiritual colours and things, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Really, really nice there. Lovely colours in there. Graphics are going to come in. There you go. That's the Iris 8-piece fat quarter bundle, £9.95. But then, you see, if you had the plains, you could then mix and match. If you didn't want to go to start with, you're a bit frightened about it.
Yes.
Everybody loves spots. Everybody loves polka dots.
Well, that's why I picked those out again. Like these, brilliant value, polka dots. They go with anything, and I think the colours in that set are beautiful too, because you've got your brights, and then you've also got some of those more kind of taupey colours and the sort of sandy colours. And it's beautiful. It's lovely.
And that feels lovely quality. The cotton in there feels really, really lovely quality. Excuse me. There's the polka dot. 6-piece fat quarter. Now, all fat quarters same size, 54 by 45 centimetres. £13.95 for the polka dot one there. That's really, really lovely. And the this book at Mother's Day, or anybody that you think might be interested, because even if you've not got into quilting and patchwork yet, it's just a beautiful book to look at and to read, and the photographs are exquisite. So if you want that, we've moved on from that one now, because the graphics coming back. I thought we'd finished that one there. The Encyclopedia of Quilting and Patchwork at £12.95. I'm just going to spin it round right to the back. Even the back of the book is inspiring. Look at that gorgeous quilt there. I'd love that one. That is stunning, isn't it? And yet, you think, oh, I don't think I'll ever be able to make that. But the colours, and I just think it's brilliant. And again, the white is making each of those stars pop. Each of the stars are made up of different fabrics as well. £12.95 for that one. Okay, and then moving on to the next one. Let's have a look which one it is. Have we not got a still of that one? Oh, okay, there we go. We're going to show a still of it now. There you go, the Beginner's Guide to Machine Sewing. This one is £12.95. Again, now, they're very different to what we're saying, because now, you know what, my friend Davinia, she watches the show all the time. She can't sew, she knows nothing about sewing anything. She said, I'm a complete and utter beginner. Yes. So this would be ideal for somebody like Davinia, wouldn't it? It would.
Davinia would love that.
Right. Davinia, there's your birthday present, my love. So take me through you've got your own version there, haven't you? It's again a fantastic book. I'll show you through mine first of all.
The flick. That first flicking through a book is just, you can't beat it.
It's got lessons in it, this one. You see there, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. So it's taking you through preparing your work, using straight stitch. Why did you pick this one as one of your picks?
I picked this one because I wanted something that would introduce somebody to their sewing machine, using their sewing machine, not necessarily any particular, whether it was dressmaking or home sewing or patchwork, something that would just get somebody feeling confident on their sewing machine and feeling inspired. The lovely thing I like about this book as well, coming from a book publishing background where I do a lot of flat planning and structuring books and so on, is that when I look at something I think, oh, that's interesting structure, I like how that's done. So
let's have a look at your...
Yes.
Is there something in the back? Oh, I'll talk about that in a minute. I was going to say I can feel something in the back of this one.
Yeah. Yes. So, sorry, all my books at home look like this, absolutely covered in sticky notes. So, for example, we have our lessons. So in this case, we have our lessons at the very beginning about preparing the fabric, making simple seams and so on, finishing the seams, simple cutting. What that does then is it takes you through each of those lessons.
Right.
And then at the end, you've actually made something as well. So it's really, so in one way, it's a book of projects, but in another way as well, it's also a book of techniques as well. So it's split up very cleverly. I'm like, I wish I'd thought of that.
Yes, exactly.
So that really what you're doing, so lesson 1, and the other lovely thing about this book is these big pictures as well, these big photos. I really appreciate these. You can see up very close.
Yes, because you don't want a lovely book and then little thumbnails, don't you? You kind of go, what's she doing on that picture?
Yes.
Or like me, because I can see those pictures quite easily without my glasses.
That's a test.
That's what you want, isn't it? But again, the pictures are beginner pictures, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So if you don't know what the foot is, or if you don't know what the lever is to lift your foot up and everything, everything is explained, isn't it?
Exactly. It's explained, and it's explained beautifully and simply, and it's very fuss-free. The author of this book, Clementine, she's French, and I think it comes through. It's got a certain je ne sais quoi about it. A real kind of fuss-free, stylish feel to it, where everything's just very calm, very matter of fact. You can do this. It's great.
Yes.
That's the feeling that I get from this book. Really lovely.
I think a lot of people are frightened, aren't they, the first time they're going to use a sewing machine? Because if you don't know what a sewing machine is and you kind of think, oh, it's got to be threaded up, oh, there's a bobbin, oh, I might get my fingers caught, all that sort of stuff. So it's a bit frightening to start with, whereas this is going to give you the confidence to actually pick that sewing machine up and start, isn't it?
This book, I felt, asks the questions that you might think are too stupid to ask.
Oh, okay.
Which I really like as well. So, for example, we've got... what does the term right sides together mean?
Oh, yes.
And it explains it.
That's what I'm saying earlier. We sometimes just go, right sides together, and just so, if you've never, ever picked up fabric, how do you know what that means?
It's like when you're in class and you're too afraid to put your hand up because you think, oh, that's a stupid question, I don't want to embarrass myself. It's all in here for you.
Oh, how brilliant.
Already in there, doesn't assume anything, and also just tells you what it is in really simple, straightforward terms. I think this is a lovely project, and this is a lovely picture of here. This is one of those books that gives you slight home envy as well, because everything's photographed beautifully with that kind of sewing theme. So again, talking about this, we've got about stiffening fabric, a plique, sewing on a plique, inserting a zip.
No, exactly.
Which we're all supposed to be afraid of, actually is quite simple if you're showing how to do it.
But Janice just showed in the last hour how to do an invisible zip, which so many of us would be terrified of. But if you, like Janice, I mean, went through the stage, like this book, has gone through exactly all the stages. And how many books would think of showing a tacking stitch? Do you know what I mean? Whereas this book...
That's very true, yeah.
From the beginning, you know, it's like you're saying, like the questions at the beginning, the questions are like sometimes you think, oh, I feel a bit stupid asking that. And somebody might feel a bit stupid saying, oh, what is tacking? I don't know what basting or tacking is. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Whereas you can get it in this book. Now, if you bought this book, say your daughter or your son or something showing an interest, or anybody showing an interest in sewing, you bought this as a gift for £12.95. Say you wanted to buy other bits. I noticed you've picked some other bits and bobs you think would go with.
Well, I was thinking this would be a great book, and it would be a great book for a younger girl, for a teenager or somebody as well, because it's got that very cool look about it as well. So what I've picked out are, first of all, functional, but thread. We were just chatting yesterday in the office about how you're always going to run out of black or white thread. Yes. You don't want to get caught halfway through a project running out of thread, so make sure you've always got backup. Always, your thread should be just in case, not just in time. That's how you should store it.
Now, the first colours you always run out of are the black and white, aren't they?
Yes, exactly.
So, ideal little set here. You've got 7 spools. You've got 4 white and 3 black. They're all £9.95. Now, Gutermann, we do the Gutermann threads. They're a good quality thread,
They're an excellent quality thread, yes. I'd highly recommend them.
And this is the Sew All. This is the range they do that is good for all ranges, isn't it? Because if you go to look at the Gutermann threads, there's Sew All, there's top stitching, there's this, there's that, there's the other. Yes. This is the one that you can more or less use for everything, isn't it?
If in doubt, that's the one you want.
And goose, there you go. That's the black and white. And this is the one Hannah's bought. Producer Hannah bought this one because she was making her first project of the day. She was making a little makeup bag. Not big enough, I'd say, for her makeup, but a makeup bag. And she ran out of thread. She ran out of thread halfway through. So this would be ideal, wouldn't it? £9.95. And very, very popular. It's been very popular this week. Now, you've chosen Sammy's favourite scissors there as well.
I have. They're beautiful. Rose gold.
Now, again... imagine if you gave this book and the rose gold scissors, how it looks so glamorous and exciting. And you say, like you said, the book is cool.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
So how many people do you know have got like kind of rose gold coloured scissors? They're hemline rose gold coloured 21 centimetre premium dressmaking shears, £16.95. That's how you'll get them in the pack there. Brilliant, £16.95. So you could almost start their little first project up, couldn't you? A bit of thread, the scissors and everything like that.
The final thing that I chose was, and this is kind of like my secret weapon.
Yes.
And probably says a lot about me. is the seam ripper, the good old seam ripper. And
Janice was showing us earlier that she uses it to feed. When she's feeding like a zip or fabric through under the foot in her machine, it's not just for unripping mistakes and undoing seams and everything. That's going to come up at the bottom of your screen in a minute. That's the one we do, the sewing quarter one. Is it the sewing quarter one we do? I'm looking for my packet. No, it's not. It'll come up. The graphics are being very, very slow. It will come up in a second because I want to go back to the book because there's so many more projects in here, aren't there?
So all these projects in the book, you want to try them. And you will make mistakes as well when you're starting. Hence the seam ripper gets out quickly. Nobody, nothing to see here. Nobody noticed.
But everyone has one by their sewing machine anyway, so it's not embarrassing to have a seam ripper.
Exactly. So the projects in here there's a real range, and what something like this is just beautiful. And I think anybody could make this curtain, just with the rickrack on it. And the gathered top. We sell yardage of fabric. We've got some beautiful Macara solids here, and I can imagine any colour here with the rickrack as well.
And we sell rickrack. We sell everything in the Macara fabrics and the rickrack.
Yes, and you're taken through all the lessons in how to make that curtain, including things like how to attach rickrack, a little bit of curtain making there as well. So this book sort of touches on a lot of things. It gives you a gentle introduction.
Well, I was going to say as well, if you're going away from home, you don't necessarily want to just make a blouse. You want a cushion, you want a curtain, everything like that. Now, there's a pattern in the back here. Are these for all the projects then?
These are for anything you need for the project will be in there.
Oh, yeah, skirt. There's a skirt there. So all the projects have a pattern. The pattern is at the back of the book.
Some of them will have a pattern. Yes. Some won't need a pattern.
No, of course not. No.
But if they do, they're all in here ready to go. So there's no kind of rescaling or resizing or drawing your own. It's all in there ready to go.
That's
a real
fantastic.
bonus.
Just sum up a beginner's guide to machine sewing there. £12.95 there. Oh, the seam ripper did arrive there. £2.95 at the bottom. Yours won't come with these little yellow tags in them, the sticky notes there. So let's move on now to our next book. What's coming up next? Let's have a look at this still. Oh, embroidery techniques. Now, we love this one. Because we did a bit of embroidery in a show the other day. I think it was with Sammy, wasn't it? We have this one with Sammy the other day. And this was really, really popular, this book. Because not everybody... You'd buy a book about how to make a pattern, how to cut something, but not everybody would think about an embroidery book, would they?
No, and again, maybe it's the kind of idea where you think, well, you know, there's a few different embroidery stitches, but how can there be enough to fill a book?
Yes.
And go into that much depth? If you're at all into embroidery, this is a fantastic book. And again, this will take you right from the very beginning. So if you're at the beginning and you're just learning or you want to get into it, this will be your friend, but also, again, it will grow with you, both in confidence and technique and in repertoire as well, so you can really expand.
Well, exactly. You've said it exactly there. Who would think that there would be a book, enough embroidery techniques to fill a whole book? But what we loved about this one, first of all, it is, like we were saying earlier, if you've already been doing it and you suddenly think, oh, I want to do something that goes round that corner, and you might just go, but we love the fact that there's a photograph of the finished thing, and then really, really full description of how you do it, with drawings and writing as well.
I really appreciate that, and I know from a book production point of view as well how big an operation that would have been, logistics to pull together all these photographs and all these artworks, but they've done it so that it's all there for you with the reader in mind. That's how it's been created, and I really appreciate that with this book.
Oh yeah, totally, it's lovely. Now Sammy, we asked Sammy to have this in her show because she was doing some embroidery.
I saw her, yes.
She bought the book.
Did she? Good girl.
No, straight away. Now, it's her birthday today, and so
happy birthday,
her mum is buying her... Was it a mum or a dad? No, her mum was buying her this book for her birthday.
Yeah. Oh.
But, I mean, fantastic. Just simple things like hearts, but, I mean, you might not necessarily know how to start with the heart, but then it gets more and more... so many different techniques, like the needle point, and I just loved it because, like you say, there are so many different techniques in here, but also you might read about feather stitching, but you might not know what it looks like when it's finished. You know what I mean? Whereas this, like you're saying, you actually see, because if you just got the instructions, sometimes the instructions don't look like, you look at that instruction there, doesn't necessarily look like the finished thing.
You need to see. It's a little bit like driving, where we're always told to look at the road ahead, look at what's happening up ahead of you when you're learning to drive. So being able to see what's happening in the road up ahead really helps you to translate.
Oh, you've got some lovely visual...
I like a metaphor.
Yeah, metaphor. That's what I'm trying to say, exactly.
Like
really, really lovely.
Actually, the Bargello that we're just looking at a moment ago there is something that I picked out because it had that real...
Do you want to get your book?
Oh, shall I?
What's that called then?
Preparations, lots going on there.
Gorgeous. Anyway, get your book out.
I was just thinking, because when you start looking at these, you start to see the sort of catwalk designs, and you can see that a lot of the modern designs have come from these traditional. So Missoni, I know you like a bit of Missoni.
Yes.
Yes, and I always think of that when I see Bargello. It always reminds me of that design. So here we've got this real in-depth look at what you need. So any beginners, even if you're not a beginner though, because we're talking about things here like circular needles, this very useful bodkin, different types of leather needles. So if you're thinking about maybe sewing on leather, there's ideas in here. In depth on all the fabrics you need. So Aida, even weave, canvas, and so on, all different effects.
Yes, because just going back to needles, sometimes you go into a haberdashery shop and there's a whole wall of needles.
It's quite overwhelming.
Like, which one do I get? Which one do I get? Whereas this explains what they all are and how you use them.
And you can start choosing these things with confidence. So rather than just buying the general, do-it-all pack of needles, you can start really making informed purchases and making good investments in needles that do the job for you. And it's about I think your tools and your equipment and your fabric, that they really help you to get that professional finish as well.
Exactly.
So again, I was just looking at this idea of being able to see the road ahead, being able to see what you want to achieve.
I think Sammy did that one in her show, didn't she? Didn't she do that one across her... When we made a necklace yesterday, she did stitches going across her disc, but we didn't get around to do it, yes.
Couching, very useful. There we are, you see. So I adore this technique.
So this is Bargello embroidery. That looks way too difficult to even start.
It's not at all. It's very easy, and that's, funnily enough, you said that. That is the secret. As long as you start in the right place with a pattern like this,
yes.
Then once you've done one row, you can sit and watch a film while you're doing it, and at the end you've got this amazing creation.
That is fantastic. I love that. But look at all, again, the inspiration and the colours and everything and the photographs, like you're saying, it was
machine embroidery, which I was really excited to see in here as well. So lots of ideas for how to use your sewing machine. So all those stitches that you don't know what to do with on your machine, it'll give you all the ideas about how you can use them, your automatic stitches, your zigzag stitches, everything. That's really exciting.
I think we've got a sewing machine show coming up next week with the 680 that does all that embroidery, so we'll do a lot of that.
That's exactly what. Dissolvable fabric. I was chatting to Angie Atwood yesterday.
Talking about... Because Sammy wants to do this as well, so you might have a fight on your hands.
You're going to have battle of the fabrics.
But how does it work? Very briefly, how does that work then?
Yeah, well, the idea is that it stabilises, so you'll be using sort of fine threads and very fine meshes and fabrics and things to build, and then you're building it on this kind of surface of this dissolvable fabric that sort of just holds it, and then literally, whether it's kind of melts away in water, so then the dissolvable fabric disappears. And by magic, it's all just floating beautifully.
Before we go on to your next pages, I see you've got lots of things to go with this book if you're going to buy it as the kit.
Yes.
Have you got little kits there?
I do have little kits here.
Oh, we love a kit.
I love a kit.
We love a kit.
We do.
Okay, so now, which one have you got, Hannah? Hannah's only got one in the computer, apparently. There were two on the sheet this morning when we prepped, but she only got one in the computer. But let's have a look. We'll just see what she's got first. Oh, no, she's got them both. Looking with her elbows again. So we're starting here with this one, which is really, really cute, isn't it? It's a Dimensions handmade embroidery kit, a heart that loves. Is that one? Yes, a heart that loves. That's good. I mean, look, you get everything you need in there. So imagine buying the book and the embroidery kit to go with it. So that one there is £15.95, and there's nothing better than buying little kids because everything's in there. So if you buy it as a present for somebody, then you can just give the whole thing as a gift.
It's good
and then the next one is this one, the Live well, love you back. 15. I can't read.
It's a tongue twister.
It's a tongue twister. I'm not going to start it because I'll say something rude. £15.95. That again, look at all the colours in there, the embroidery threads you've got in there, all the instructions and everything you need to create that lovely, lovely kit form. Now, is it essential when you do that kind of thing to have a hoop, or can you do that on the flat?
You spotted my hoop.
Yes.
I'm saying hoop because my partner teases me for the way I try to say hoop. In an English accent, hoop. I sound like an owl. Hoop is how we say it in Scotland. So this is a small hoop, and if you wanted to prefer to use a hoop when you're embroidering or stitching, this is actually, I've checked, and this is a perfect size to go with either of those kits as well.
Brilliant.
So that's all you'd maybe need to add as an extra in if you wanted to. You don't need it, but it can help to kind of just, again, stabilise what you're doing and make the stitches more even.
Years ago I had the Kay Fawcett ermine tapestry thing, and I didn't bother buying the frame.
Okay.
And by the time I finished it, it wasn't a square anymore, it was kind of that kind of shape. So it's good to keep the like you say, stabilise your fabric to keep it solid.
It is, it's good. And this, obviously, this as well, you can use over and over again.
Yeah, yes,
for your other stitching. So it's again, it's another good investment piece.
£2.95 add to your order, because remember you only pay 1p for no matter how many pieces you buy. And you've also got the gorgeous little scissors there.
I couldn't resist the little embroidery scissors in the rose gold as well.
These are lovely. These are very, very popular. These always sell out every time we bring them onto air. Really lovely premium embroidery scissors. They're 2.5 inches, 6.7 centimetres there. £5.95. That's lovely, isn't it? There, a quick recap on this book, because we've got another one to go to yet. So this is the Encyclopedia of Embroidery Techniques. It's beautiful. We absolutely adore this. Sammy loves this one so much that she bought it when it was in her show the other day. A really, really lovely book. And because of the photographs and the techniques and everything in there, you get so much for your money. That's £12.95. Buy as many books as you like. You only pay 1p, remember, for the whole day. Right now, the last one we're going to, I'll just show you the still of the last one that we're going to go to. There it is. It's the So Pretty Home Style. Do you want that one? There we go. So, let's have a look at this. Tilda. Now, everybody loves a Tilda book.
We all love a bit of Tilda.
Now, I've obviously got the one, I've got your very own book here with all the pink stickers in this time.
See, I've thought about it.
So why have you chosen this one, then?
I've chosen this one because it is a few reasons. One is because we all love Tilda.
Yes.
We are all big fans. It's a classic. It's a really solid book of sewing projects, really delightful, charming sewing projects. Another reason is I was slightly nostalgic about it because this is, when I worked for the book publishing company,
yes.
we were the English language publisher who translated Tilda's books from Norwegian and published them in English. And this was the very first one that we did, and I worked on it. And so for me, whenever I see it, I have a little sense of, when I was a wee thing.
Let's have a look at what you've chosen within the book. It's £12.95, remember. But again, the photography in it is exquisite, isn't it?
Absolute home envy. And if nothing else, this will inspire you even around your home. So it's lovely Tone herself in her home. So again, it sets the scene.
She can't live with it like that the whole time. Nobody lives with a perfectly arranged kitchen like that.
I know. I'm hoping not. I hope you're right. I'd like to think that's the case, because I know I certainly don't. I just thought this content spread is very useful to have a bit of an overview as well. My particular favourites, I love her little softies, and also her angels are iconic. So she does lots of these angels in little different outfits, different styles and so on.
Oh, cute. So I love the hair on that one.
That's very cool, isn't it? She's a bit of a punk. And then I've just been through and had a look. So, for example, here, so it's split into rooms, areas of the house.
Oh, okay.
So it's about home style. So for the entrance hall here, for example, thinking about things, because I think we all want an excuse to sew something.
Yes.
And I think this is what Sewing Quarter really helps with, is to give you more ideas of what to sew. You say, I didn't think about sewing something for that part of the house for that function. So here we have for the hallway.
That's lovely. It wouldn't fit in your hall, would it, Hannah?
This is I love these illustrations. They're so clear on here as well to make this cat. And the thing I was thinking when I was looking at this as well is a lot of these projects use this kind of sort of flesh-coloured fabric.
Yes.
And here at Sewing Quarter, we have, again, all those Macara solids.
I'll just take that one away from you. I'll take that round.
Yeah.
This is the beige. This one's called beige, which I think we can have a word with them, because it's not beige. Beige is like a dull, boring... this has got lovely life to it, hasn't it?
It's like a beautiful kind of latte colour,
yeah, exactly. That's what it should be called, not beige. Latte.
Beige. It's gorgeous. Kay Fassett hates beige. He's just, no beige.
No, exactly. But it's a useful colour to have, because you use it for so many things, don't you?
It's a useful, it's not called beige, but as soon as you describe it as something like latte, which gives it, like, you think, actually, yes, it's that beautiful creamy colour. So you can pick these kind of skin tones from those solids and make any of the toys in the book, make any of these sweet little softies. Now,
to make all the softies, you could use a charm pack. We love this. I'm sorry to jump ahead, but I've just seen the time.
Ooh.
And I don't want to... It's been fantastic. It's been time's flown. But look at these gorgeous in a charm pack. Because a charm pack, it's called Autumn Tree. Autumn Tree, this one. When you're making little projects like this, maybe you don't want to buy a big piece of fabric. Obviously buy the beige for your stash, because you're always going to use that for something else. But if you just want to create something from the Tilda fabrics and a charm pack, because they're all 5-inch squares, aren't they? 12.5 centimetre squares. But you just get 2 of every fabric, and they're just exquisite.
And with a book like this that has lots of small projects, this is exactly the kind of fabric that you would put with it. And because it's a Tilda fabric as well, everything in her books, all her collections, all mix and match really well together anyway. So it's a bit of a no-brainer to then go for more Tilda. You can never have enough. So these small projects like these little strawberries, you could make these into little pin cushions.
Exactly.
Fill them with crushed walnuts or iron filings.
Say that again. Fill them with what?
Crushed walnuts. Crushed walnut shell.
Right.
Helps to sharpen, helps to keep your needles sharp, or iron filings as well.
Oh, so it's a pin cushion or a needle cushion?
Or sand. Yeah, there's all these different sort of that help to keep your needles sharp and rust-free.
Fantastic.
And then we have, so patchwork quilt. Here's an angel. So it's just a delicious book, and it's a real kind of modern classic as well. It's one that we all keep coming back to time and time again for ideas and inspiration, and the fabric is just irresistible.
So the book is £12.95. The So Pretty Homestyle book by Tilda. Everybody loves it. Every time we show it, everybody loves this book and she also tells you how to make them, doesn't it? It's not just the pictures. It's got the pattern, because at the back of the book, you've got the life-size patterns in here as well, which you need to trace off, because obviously there's several on each page. So one's, like the butterflies in one colour and the teddy bears in another colour and angel being another colour. But you just trace off the ones you want at the back of the book. Every single pattern of everything, even down to like embroidery. When you're going to write embroider thread, you can just trace that off and you mark it onto your fabric, and you see everything that you need to know from that book is all in there. So that's £12.95. And then look at this charm pack that we showing you here. So going across, it's autumn tree. And look at that, how well all those fabrics go together. Really, really beautiful. That would be an amazing gift, wouldn't it? To buy the So Pretty Homestyle book and then that charm pack to go with it. We've also got a fat quarter as well. There's the charm pack there. I've also got a fat quarter of, if you want bigger pieces of fabric, say you're making one of the little bags that she's got in there and you just want a slightly bigger piece of fabric, then we've got this Tilda charm pack here. It's just a charm pack of 3 gorgeous fabrics there. We'll bring the graphics in for that. This hour's flown past. It's been brilliant. It's been absolutely fantastic, and it's lovely to hear from your perspective, because this is your. We've had loads of really lovely messages about this hour. One, Lauren. It's lovely to see your show, Jenny. Oh, she's just subscribed to Today's Quilter because of you.
Oh, wonderful! Welcome aboard.
Particularly appreciated the recent guide to Cathedral Window.
Yes.
There you go. Sorry, I had to do it as fast as I had. Anyway, lots and lots of lovely messages.
Oh, good.
This is the fat quarter there. That was about there at the bottom there. £13.95. So if you want any of those books, what you can do is go to the website, just scroll down the page, you can see all the books. Watch us on YouTube, you'll be able to look at them all again. You can fast forward, you can rewind, you can pause and everything like that if you look at them on YouTube. Now you've done your first show, you can come back and do more, can't you?
I've hit the ground running. I'm on a roll now.
Exactly,
it's
exactly. Fun. Brilliant. I'm so happy that you were on with me for your first show.
So am I.
Right, don't go anywhere, because in 3 minutes' time, Janice is back, right? And she's going to make a really lovely skirt, but what she's going to show you is how to make the pocket, how to do the facings, and more importantly, how to do the buttonholes. So don't go anywhere. Make yourself a cup of tea, watch the messages, come straight back. Thank you so much for a brilliant show.
Thank you.
And I'll see you in 3 minutes from now with Janice.
My name is Janice Hobbs and I'm a dressmaker. I got into dressmaking from my mother, brought up with it all my life. Never used to like it, but then started doing it more and more. I like making dresses. The more intricate, the better. The more difficult, I like the challenge. Top sewing tip is using the seam ripper to move fabric along the machine. Favourite outfit I've made is my reversible suits. I'm known for my reversible suits, and what happens with that is I do children's jackets and trousers reversed. So you use 2 lots of fabric, but then you can wear the items 4 different ways, and if a baby gets sick or goes on holiday and gets chocolate ice cream down them, you can completely turn the outfit down the other way and you've got an outfit until they get home ready. I do think the sewing quarter will expand the quilting industry because it's going to be more available to you, and with television and with what the media do now with being able to pause these programmes and stuff like that, and you can keep going back and repeating it. Whereas with radio, you can't do that. You can't pause a radio, but you can television. And I do think sewing quarters are really, really going to benefit quilters. I want to work at the sewing quarter because it is about time there was a channel dedicated to sewing. Because, like I say, for years I've sewn. I've done night school years ago, taught myself, but you can pick up tips and loads of things from an actual channel dedicated to it. Yes, about time.
When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from the Sewing Quarter worth £14.99. Brand new to the Sewing Quarter, we will be bringing you an irresistible range of cuddle fabrics in a rainbow of colours this Saturday, the 4th of March. 8 a.m, we'll be demonstrating how to make a toddler's snuggle blanket. And 11 a.m, we'll be making a children's adorable cuddle hooded towel. Give your loved ones the softest of hugs with the Shannon Fabric Cuddle Range from Sewing Quarter.
So much going on today, you wouldn't believe. Anyway, Janice is back with me. Now, I know this was the project we did from 8 o'clock where we showed you the invisible zip and we showed you the facing on the neck, but we didn't get around to doing the pocket. So we're going to show you how to do this pocket now, because we're also going to be doing a skirt with... That's the pocket we're going to show you how to do now. But then we've also got this lovely skirt, which I'll just swap over, if that's all right. Just put that one there. The skirt, we're going to show you the placket at the front. We're going to show you the buttonhole detailing, and we're going to show you the patch pocket on there as well. So what we'll do is we'll just rush through the pocket, or not rush through, we'll just do the pocket from earlier. But before we do that, oh, excuse me, I think I've lost my voice. It's because I did a bit of running in the break. So, let's look at this gorgeous fabric. It's denim print. It's a denim print fabric. The background is gorgeous. It does look like your traditional denim, but if you want to make a shift dress or a skirt or something for a child, and you don't want the heavy weight of real denim, or you want to wear it for the summer or something, then this would be absolutely perfect. Now, I've got 8 different fabrics, but I'll just take you through the 4 for this show. But if you like any of the others, you can go onto the web or to the website, to the call centre, and they've got all the details there. And if you look down there underneath me on the web, you'll see all these fabrics listed down there. So, vice versa is the first one. I'll just fold it back. We like this. The vice versa one there, I called it topsy-turvy earlier, but it's vice versa. Again, look at the background. It's like a really lovely denim, but it's lightweight, 100% cotton. Vice versa. Oh, not vice versa. No, it's my fault. I will say vice versa as well. It's vice versa denim print fabric by Art Gallery. You know it's going to be good quality. Sold in increments of half a metre, £11.45 for half a metre. Really, really lovely. Now, it's a denim print. It's not denim fabric. But look at this one. I love this one. This, I'll just straighten up for you. Gorgeous daisy print here. Now, I don't know if that's the right word for it. I'll just check. But it's, again, got the lovely denim background. And then it's got the kind of daisy design drawn... Oh, ragged daisies. There you go, ragged daisies. I don't think there's anything ragged about those myself. I think they're cute little daisies, those. Remember, that takes you back to being a child and picking a daisy and pulling all the petals off. Do you remember we used to do that? You're not as old as me, Janice. You can't remember that. £11.45 for half a metre again. That would be stunning, wouldn't it, in a child's dress? A really, really lovely child's dress. Or, of course, a grown-up's little summer top, and a sleeveless top. Then we've got another floral print here. It's like a sprig design. It's lovely, this one. Again, this one's 100% cotton, but I love the design that's going on there. Excuse me while I just cough quickly. Rosebud. And again, now the graphics will come in a second. 0800 112 44 33, sewingquarter.com, £11.45. Rosebud Falls it's called. Denim print fabric, £11.45. Half a metre increments, remember. Then last but not least in this section, now this one, it looks like a lighter weight denim. It's a poly-cotton mix. It's 80% cotton, 20% polyester in that really lovely, I'll have to have a little drink in a minute, I think. Really lovely denim print on that fabric. It's lovely, lightweight fabric there. While you're looking at that, I'm going to go over and see Janice, because we've got lots to get through, haven't we, this hour? So earlier, when you made this dress, we didn't get round to showing how to these lovely kind of gathered pockets.
That's it, and it's a gathered pocket.
So let me just move that out the way.
So first of all,
confused.
Because it's also going to be lined.
Oh, okay.
You've got a front and a back.
Yes.
And then we've got the actual
binding
facing and the binding. So the first thing you do, right sides together, and you machine round. So if I get my pins quickly.
Oh, do you need to be the pin assistant again?
Please. So if we just pin there, just to hold it in place while we go round it. And this is a lovely fabric, like John's saying. It's very silky to touch.
Yes, it is.
It's a lovely, lovely fabric.
We do advise washing this before you use it. I took them all home last night and washed them for you all. But it is a really, really lovely. The 100% cotton ones are lovely. So what you're seeing there is the painterly wash is the fabric that's made of the floral one that the pockets are made of. And then, of course, the one down here, the casted loops are what the actual main dress and the binding are made out of.
So we're just going round the pockets 5/8 or 1.5 centimetres.
Yeah.
And you're just using the 5/8 as a guideline on the machine.
Yeah. That's because when I trained, the 5/8 of an inch was what the seam allowance that we left.
We've always used, isn't it? So.
Are you going to need the iron out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get the iron out ready for you.
Yeah. So, first thing we do, cut that off.
I don't know where the ironing board cover's gone. Can Jay get me the ironing board cover, please? Ironing board mat.
Okay.
Maybe I just can't see.
So then all we do, once we've sewed around it, we turn it round to the right size, and then you press it, like you say. Okay. Bring it out as much as you can. And you don't machine it together yet, because you do that when you're attaching it to the garment. Okay. So as you can see there, you can top stitch it as you actually do it to the garment. So if we just press it.
Yeah, Jay, bring the mat in for me. There we go. And then there's that. And I'll move my glasses out the way for you. Now, when Janice has done this, I've got a special announcement to make, a little announcement to make. Very exciting.
Okay, so that's that. So then what we're going to do is a gather stitch, John.
Oh, yes.
So we turn the machine up to about a size 4.
You've been practising in the break?
Oh, no, that's it.
That's the one.
Wrong one. So then all I do is do 2 gather stitches.
Only on one. You don't do both the lining.
Yeah, you do both, but you do it separately.
Oh, and why is that?
Because I'm going to pull them separately.
Oh, okay.
So on the one side you leave it open, of course, to pull it, and it's on the other side you actually do the reverse stitch to knot it off. So just do. And for quickness, you normally do 2 gathering lines, but I'm only going to do 1.
Okay, why would you do 2?
It's stronger, makes it a stronger gathering, and then if one does go, you've always got the other one.
Yeah, because I suppose if you've just done 1, you pull it and the thread breaks, that's it, you have to start all over again.
So with the 2, it's better. But I'm only going to do 1, and hopefully we won't break it.
No, Janice, you're the expert, you're live on television. No pressure.
No pressure. That's it. So just sew down 1/4 inch in, because normally with gathering stitches you only go 1/4 inch because your seams are normally 1.5 centimetre.
Of course.
The 5/8. So you have to leave room for that.
Of course.
Reverses and back forward. It's a bit slow today. This one. Right then. So what you do together. You've got your running stitch there and your running stitch there.
Yeah.
So then we just gather it slightly. Oh, and it should pull. And it's not that side. Oh, well.
You're pulling the wrong side.
No, I don't know. No, that's the side that was open. No, it should pull. We're not having a lot of luck here.
No.
Why isn't that pulling? That's not pulling either.
What pocket we're making is... Oh, there it is. So the bit that Janice is doing now is the little bit of gathering just across the top of the pocket there.
Oh. Let's just try it with a different stitch. Look,
are you doing another one?
I'm going to just do another stitch.
Okay.
To see whether it was just the stitching. Oh, hang on a second.
Right, I'm going to do... While you're stitching that, don't do anything, don't pull it up or anything. I've got to tell you this. Breaking news, right? The other day... Well, come with me, because we've got to go across the other side. The other day, we had this... Oh, I wonder where the box is. I need to have the box. This cotton reel stand sold out. We got more in, sold out. We've literally, just this minute, they've just arrived. But we know how many of you missed out the other day. So if you missed out the other day, you need to buy it now. You need to buy it now. Don't add any undue pressure whatsoever. Let me just move these out the way so you can see it properly at the back there. I don't want to add any undue pressure, but I can tell you now there won't be enough to go round. There won't be enough to go. They've just arrived back in. Now, you make it up yourself. It comes in kit form, but it's very, very simple to put together. I mean, if Jay, the floor manager, can put it together, then you definitely can. You can put 60 spools of thread for £19.95. It's incredible as well. And what we were saying is, why not have your threads on like that? And then the front ones, you could have your machine spools all on there, because you know they're going to match the colours of your thread and everything. Now, what you need to do is, if you put it in your basket, and I'm only telling you this for your own good. I don't want you to think I'm adding any undue pressure, right? If you put it in your basket, check out straight away. Because if you check out straight away, right, it means you've got it. It means you've got it. If you put it in your basket and then you come back to it later on tonight and think, well, I'll check out, they might not all be there. So putting it in your basket doesn't guarantee that you've got it. You need to check out your basket. But the joy of the sewing quarter, right, is that when you check out, you can check out 100 times a day if you want to. You only pay 1p. So secure yours. Make sure if you're putting it in your basket to check out straight away. If you want to just do it on the phone, you can do it. 800 112. Please, Mother's Day present, whatever you want it for, make sure you come in and get that. It's a 60 spool thread rack. Now, I wouldn't put embroidery threads on it. I just put spooled threads on it like this, so they all sit really nicely. And then you'd have your spools. I would put my spools from my sewing machine along the front there. So because you know when you're doing a sewing project, you don't always use the whole spool, do you? You don't want to waste that thread. So you can just put those on here. Then you know that they're going to... And then you can see, you can just turn around from your sewing machine. There's all the colours. Match it up and do it like that. Please, there's lots of you on the phone lines already. I don't want to... As I say, I don't want to pressurise you or anything, but these will sell out. These will sell out. We know how fast these sell out. So if you want this, £19.95 for the 60 spool thread rack. I'll keep you posted on the stock quantities during the show, because I need to get back to Janice and her gathered pocket. But I just wanted to tell you, they've literally just arrived back in our warehouse. So we've got that. Come through now. Come through now, because they've just come in to our warehouse now, and we just wanted to tell you straight away. That's what we love about this interactive. You tell us what you think. We tell you. You know what I mean? If they're in the warehouse, buy it today. That's all I'm saying. £19.95. So I'm going to go back to Janice now, because that's a must, isn't it? Oh, Janice, I'm sorry about that. I've
gathered a little bit of the one, so now we're just going to pull the other one up a bit to gather it as well.
So why are you doing them separately and not together?
To be honest, I could have done them together.
Oh, OK, so it's not some secret Janice tip?
No, it's just me doing them separate.
But then gathering up 2 layers of fabric sometimes is
it's tricky as well, isn't it? So it's OK. My fingers are a bit slippy. That's it. We've got a hold now.
You've got too much moisturiser.
It's getting cold.
Are you cold?
No, it's getting a hold of the actual thread.
It's getting cold.
So,
I've put the heating on for you.
So we just pull it gently.
Michael, the director, said, "You're not old, Janice." He said he thought you said you were getting old and you couldn't do it.
So it's only a slight gather on this one as well, on this pocket. So then what we have to do then... That's it. So that's your little bit of gathering.
It's cute, isn't it?
So then what we do, we have to just press this. Sorry, John. Thank you. Excuse me, John.
You could have given it to me. I could have pressed that. I could have just flat bits.
We just fold in the edges about ½ an inch.
Yeah. There we go. See that?
So there we go. ½ an inch, roughly. Okay, and then we fold it in half.
So you're making like a binding for the top of the pocket, aren't you?
That's it. And then what we do... Sorry, John.
That's all right.
We attach this to...
So you gather it up to the size of...
Yeah,
you make the packet, the placket or the binding to the size of the pocket.
That's it. And then we fold that over.
Right.
But we have to tuck that in as well. Hang on a second, sorry. So
you're doing it like a bias binding rather than...
What am I doing? That's it. So we just attach pins there, sorry. I'm jumping the gun.
No, that's all right. Just we've thrown an extra pocket at you, that's all. So don't worry, you've got plenty of time.
So that's to that, that's to that. So you machine that first. That's it.
That's it.
I'm happy now.
Oh, good. Don't want an unhappy Janice, do we?
No, not today.
Nobody wants an unhappy Janice.
I'm never unhappy. Can't be, can me? Life's too short.
Okay. Now, the fabric here, the one, the main graphic, that's the painterly wash. That's the floral one that the pocket's made out of. There you go. That's the one that the floral pattern. It's a really, really beautiful. It's like crocuses and snowdrops, isn't it? So,
sorry.
Really lovely. Now, if you bought heavier denim or real denim, oh, I do apologise about my cough. You wouldn't be able to do a lovely little gathered stitch like that. That'd be too heavy, wouldn't it? There's the fabric, the main fabric. £11.45 for half a metre. Oh, there's now the spool rack. We're keeping the spool rack in at the bottom there because lots and lots of you are asking about the spool rack. I'm not surprised.
It's
£19.95.
Really it's really good, isn't it, that spool rack? But I've got so many cottons in my house.
Janet's got so many cottons in her house, she says.
I have to have, like... you know, in an office when you get the drawers.
What, filing cabinets?
Yeah, I've got a filing cabinet with different colours.
Oh, no. Yeah, should we get Amy to get you one of these before they sell out?
Before they sell out. So all I'm doing now is I'm going to machine the top, the actual binding onto the actual top of the pocket.
And I see you've taken the table off, or the gubbins holder.
To get round it. That's what I always use for sleeves and things like that. Apparently, the first time I did that, Jay nearly had a heart attack. The floor manager nearly had a heart attack.
Yeah, his heart's not very good at the moment anyway, so don't be giving him any... Right, I'm sorry, Janice, to do this to you. Yeah. There are only 3 spool holders left in stock. At full rack.
Gosh.
No, it's there. Oh, yeah, spool rack. Spool rack there. There's only 3 left. There's only 3 left. We knew that was going to happen. OK, Janice, you can carry on then.
So we just fold that in slightly, 1/4 of an inch again, and then you actually just... So in there, compress it if you want, and then, again, just fold, just pin it down.
Oh.
Pin it down. And tuck that in nicely, and then... pin the edge down. It's a bit rough at the moment. That's it. You just pin that down. Oh. That is a habit I've got to get out of. That's it. So, tuck that in, and then we just machine down
along there. So you've made a complete front and back to the pocket. Yeah. So there's no raw edges anywhere at all on this now.
So then. Will be the other side.
So what, would you stitch down in the ditch there, would you? Yeah. Or would you do top stitching?
You can do top stitching.
Yeah.
So I'd really do it from this side because that's the neater side you want to be.
Okay.
So then we just go down that stitching. But we just
but your pins are on the wrong side now, aren't they?
They are,
careful.
So just be careful and take them out. That's it. And then we just stitch. Ooh, go on, you devil.
You're right.
It's just not taking us at the moment. Let's try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Go on, you devil. Don't know what's going on here.
I'll just check that you're all right there, Janice. While Janice is sorting that out, I've just been... thought you might quite like to see this. It's a really lovely thread pack. Now, we showed you the black and white one in Jenny's show earlier. Somebody's asked, do we have the same sort of thing in colours? Well, we have this one. And now, a really, really lovely, lovely different colours in here. Because you've got pinks, you've got 2 pinks, a green, a blue. I think it's got a lovely called a Fenton House. That's it. I thought they were called lovely. Really, really lovely, aren't they? So the person who wanted to see the coloured ones, that's the Fenton House thread pack that you'd use there. Really lovely, like the pale pink, the cyclamen pink, the green, like the Air Force blue, the purple, the red, and the white all in there for £8.95. Okay. Oh, there's only one spool rack left. I did say I tried to warn you. I knew the other day we had more people missing out than we had, you know what I mean? Had to give you the warning. Sorry. Anyway, so Janice has... You sorted that out yet, Janice?
Just hasn't come on the back, so...
Yeah, don't worry. Basically, what we're going to do is... We don't need to finish on, Janice, because we can move on to the other pocket. When you stitch that... The casement on the top there. There you go.
That's more or less what it'll be like. So, and then you just trim off your bits again. Yeah. And then you tidy up any corners. And then what you do then is you can sew down there to hold that down with colour cotton. Then you literally place this and then sew. You
just top stitch around the bottom.
Press it again. Again, keep pressing.
And so it's a personal thing, because you're like, some people have longer arms, some people have shorter arms, so you put the pockets where you want them. It's not an aesthetic thing, is it?
It's where the bit's placed.
Right, now let's get on with the project that we're meant to be doing this hour, which is this lovely skirt. Now, again, we're not going to make the skirt, we're just showing you techniques, aren't we? Shall we start with the pocket?
Yeah.
Let's start with the pocket, right? Because we've just done that other pocket, so there's the one you're working on, here's the finished one. Now, it's sort of the same sort of thing, isn't it? It's like a patch pocket that's been top stitched on. That's it. But I'll let you explain
this one hasn't got any binding on it.
Right, oh, OK.
So you literally, again, just machine round, but this time what you're going to do, you're going to machine and just leave a little gap at the top, or the side, or the bottom, whatever you want to.
Sometimes difficult to put at the bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, I always do it at the top personally. And all you're going to do is machine it 5/8, leaving a gap ready for you to
Off you go then, I'll just spend fabric. This is called Afternoon Sale. Afternoon Sale Solid Smooth. Now this is a cotton polyester mix. It's 80% cotton and 20% polyester. All the others, apart from the 2 plains, are 100% cotton. This is a polyester cotton mix. It's fabulous. £12.45 for half a metre. And what we're doing is we're making an A-line skirt, but just showing you the techniques that we're using. But that's the fabric. It's like the very pale, washed-out denim. Do you know what I mean? At £12.45. And then the other fabric we're using, the one that this skirt's made out of, that's called Vice Versa. Now, this one's 100% cotton. And it's really lovely because you've got the dark denim background, coloured background, and then you've got these lovely triangles going in swimming in different ways, really. One's Vice, one's Versa. OK. Now, Hannah keeps going on. She wants me to say, children's clothes be ideal. Well, you know what? If you want that denim look for a child and don't want the heavy weight of real denim, be perfect, wouldn't it? Absolutely perfect.
So we've done that.
All right, the spool rack has sold out. I do apologise if you missed out. Spool rack has gone, so that needs to go now. So, Janice, I'll concentrate on you now.
So on the pockets, you can trim
look at
corners.
Yeah.
And then again, because it's a curve, you can always just cut into the curve.
Snip into it,
Snip into it.
Do you want the sharper scissors?
No,
I'll be
careful.
You're all right.
I'm just doing it quickly. That's it. OK, just snip into it, just on the actual curve, and then we'll turn it at the top. So we've left a gap in between your back knee.
It's a very little gap, that one, Janice. You have to have little nimble fingers to get it through that one.
So you just start it from there and pull it through. That's it.
Perfect.
We're getting there.
And this is where you'll need to press that flat, wouldn't you? Would you use your little technique that you showed us earlier to pull out the... I'll get Janice to show you that because it's a fascinating little tip.
So that's your turn. Just get the edges out. And again, always use your seam ripper as well. But you have to be careful with seam rippers of cutting it. So just always be careful that you don't go a bit too crazy.
Yes. Yeah, because
but when you're a beginner, you'll do everything like that to begin with. So that's it. Let's get this out. And use your little pocket.
There we go. You'd always use your Derek the Dobber, couldn't you? I haven't got a Derek the Dobber here, so I saw somebody with it earlier.
Oh, really?
They love Derek the Dobber.
See, now if I leave that in, then I'll show you that tip.
Yes.
So if I just do that and do that, like you say, it's where you get the tip. That's it.
Okay.
Come on, quickly. That's it. I always do that. I massage it like the baby's bottom or whatever. Right. That's
no wonder Amy grew up like she did.
So then we just need a needle and cotton.
Oh, she's going to show us the tip to pull.
Let's just fit the needle quickly. That's it.
Well, it's lucky you're good at that, isn't it? Threading the needle on live telly.
Do you remember the last time when I did it and on my first show and you said, are you going to be brave enough to do that?
Well, you are now, aren't you? You're seasoned regular now.
So then what we do, to get the out, say the corner, so that we can get out enough. But then what we do, you go into the bit where you can't get it out, pull your needle in, get the thread and pull. And it should, hopefully, pull the corners out that you can't get into. Go into the seam and pull. And you can see it doing, can't you, John? It's,
yeah.
It's really good.
And it's also not you've got no worry about, like you earlier, you were very using the seam ripper, and sometimes if you're a bit too heavy-handed, that's it, you've gone through the fabric or the seam, whatever, haven't you?
That's it. So then all we do is press the pocket. If I can come behind you.
Yeah, got to go. Oh, yeah, sorry then. This is the kind of pocket we're doing this one. No binding, just literally a flat patch pocket.
Lines as well. So it's a line pocket, this one. Sorry, John. So then, sorry. So then all you do then is just sew this. Whoops.
Oh.
So I always double up my thread.
What are you doing now? Closing it?
Just going to sew that little gap shut.
Oh, OK. But you'd normally use the colour
oh, yeah,
to match.
Yeah, you wouldn't use yellow.
Yes.
It's just one that I've got to hand at the moment.
The fabric we're using here, the two fabrics we're using here, this one here is the Afternoon Sale Solid Smooth Denim fabric. That's 80% cotton, 20% polyester. That one at £12 and 45 pence for half a metre. And then this one, 100% cotton, vice versa. It'll come up at the bottom. That one is £11.45 for half a metre. That's really... I love both of those fabrics.
That's a lovely fabric. Yeah. It's this one. It's so soft and silky to use. It's beautiful. But they've all been lovely fabrics.
Yeah, that's what we pride ourselves in here.
And of course, the denim look is in. The pattern denim look is in at the moment as well, isn't it? So it's ideal.
Look at you, Miss Grazia, Miss Vogue, Miss any of those lovely fashion magazines.
The magazines. That's it. So we're just shutting that.
So using a ladder stitch
there? To close it.
Obviously at home, Janice is using an orange one because we just happen to have orange thread on the desk, but use a matching thread because that's going to be the top of your pocket, isn't it?
That's it.
Now you see that middle one, the thread back I've just shown you, you could use, for this fabric, for the fabric that Janice used, you could use that one there, look.
Nice blue.
There, you thread back £5.
That's it.
No, that's not that. Yeah, that's how I'm pressing the wrong button there. Right, so.
So then all you do then...
There it is, £8.95.
To the skirt is I've already done one.
Yes.
If you look, I've actually top-stitched it in a navy blue.
Yes.
So a darker blue to the blue we've got.
But you could use any colour. If you wanted to use an orange, for example, then to make it look like a denim, then you could use just straightforward sew all orange thread.
Yeah, because it is a lovely skirt. So then what we do, I've measured down 8 centimetres.
Right.
So I measured down 8 centimetres and I'll go in 8 centimetres as well.
So before we do, is this what we're coming to at the moment?
This is the facing.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So this is the facing that I'm going to be doing afterwards.
Right.
So that's going to be quite on the edge, isn't it, really? So if we just pop it there, just for, just for demonstration purposes.
Yes. But you could almost, when you cut your pattern out, mark it on your pattern so you know exactly where it's going to go. Use tailor tacks or something just to mark it up, couldn't you?
So then all we do is pin it Sorry, John.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
sorry,
that's me. No, it's me not being the good assistant again. There you go.
That's it. And then again, we're just going to do a top stitch just around the outside.
Obviously, just around the outside, not across the top on that one,
so
yes.
if we just do that, pop this back on.
Okay.
And just do a top stitch.
Have a quick tidy up. Now remember the fabric that Janice is using here to put. You can watch her sew the pocket on, and I'll tell you about the fabric. It's called the Afternoon Sale Solid Smooth Denim Fabric by Art Gallery. 8% cotton, 20% polyester. This one at £12.45 for half a metre.
So again, just be careful you don't go over your pins. And I always do it again on the guide on the machine.
Yeah.
So 1/4 inch really. So walk and just keep turning.
Yes, because it's important to do this slowly, isn't it? Because
again,
this is going to be seen. This is going to be the top stitching of the front of your skirt, or the back if you put the pockets on the back, of course.
That's it. Let's get rid of that pin because it's going to show up. Or I'm going to hit it. And then break the needles, which I lose count of breaking over years. And you only sew and you leave the top just not machined at all.
Yeah, of course.
And then again, reverse stitch.
Now, would you go backwards and forwards a few
Not
times
really.
over the top?
What you would do here is just leave it to run. And then what you would do then is tie it off, really, because it's a top stitch. You don't normally
go backwards and forwards
on a top stitch. You just normally pull the cotton through, and then tie it off, because that's the neatest way to do it.
Of course.
So, but that's as is
now.
The
right way up.
That's it. So take them pins out, press it. And that's your pocket.
Okay, so now that's your patch pocket stitched on there. Obviously, when you press it down and everything...
Yeah, it needs to be brought out a bit more there as well.
Now, we're going to do a placket and buttons next, aren't we? Or the facing and the buttons. But before we do that, so you can get ready to do all of that. I'm going to go over it because people want to see the fabric. Okay. And then don't do anything, and we'll come back and we'll do the facing with you in a second. Brilliant. Thanks, Janice. Right. So let's just show you some of the fabrics we're using here. Starting with the vice versa. The vice versa fabric here is the lovely denim-coloured background, and then it's got little arrowheads going in different directions. It's really, really sweet, lovely, and as Janice says, feels fantastic. Now, it's not real denim. It is a cotton fabric that looks like denim, a denim print there. Vice versa, denim print fabric. Janice already made a skirt out of it. Oh, there it is. There's the skirt. £11.45 for half a metre. Fantastic, fantastic, gorgeous fabric. Now moving on to my favourite, which is the Ragged Daisies. I think that's what it's called anyway. Ragged Daisies. Again, you've got the lovely lovely kind of denim feel to the back of it there, denim print at the back, and then the daisy print all over it. We love that one, we love that. Now, that's going to look gorgeous whether you use it for a child's dress or whether you use it for a grown-up's little top, or the skirt that Janice has made actually would look lovely in this for summer, wouldn't it? With your little white clogs and a little white T-shirt, you're going to look lovely in that. So the graphics for that one will come in a second. It's called Ragged Daisies. It's a denim print, remember, 100% cotton, £11.45 for half a metre. So you just have to work out how much you need. I mean, you could almost, make one of those skirts out of, depends on how short, you can make it out at half a metre, couldn't you? Or just a metre to make sure. Moving on, we've got the rose one next. That is lovely, isn't it? That print looks like a hand-drawn print on the fabric there, doesn't it? Give us a call, 0800 112 44 33. Of course, you can go onto the website, www.sewingcords.com. This is called Rosebud Falls. Is it like a waterfall, cascading, do you think? Some of them upside down, yes, there, so that's nice. Anyway, it's beautiful, 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 beautiful fabric, 100% cotton, that one. And then last but not least, in this range, the one that Janice has just made that pocket out of. Now, this one is a cotton polyester mix. It's 80% cotton, 20% polyester. It feels so silky, but look, you can see how it looks like that lovely washed out denim that we used to wear so much. Well, still do, it's still in the shops, isn't it? But without the weight. So if you make a lovely little dungaree dress for a little girl, right, in summer that you're going to applique or something, that'd be fantastic, because not only would it be lighter to wear, but also you could embroider it with flowers or their name or anything like that. So shall I go back now then? Oh, somebody wants to see some storage solutions on. I'll bring them with me. I'll take them with me. Because I want Janice to start on her project. I'll tell you about these next. People saw them on the desk. They want to know about them. I'll tell you about them in a second.
I have got a bit of top.
If you're looking for the spool rack, sold out.
Oh, good.
I know.
Good.
I know.
Brilliant. I've got to get one of them anyway.
Well, hopefully Amy's rang in and got you one, yes.
Right then, the facing on here.
So just show me on the real skirt what you're doing there. We're doing this bit here.
This here, and the top stitching, ready to put the buttonhole, because the buttonhole goes on top. So that's what we're about to do.
Like the placket?
Yeah, ready to do the
Okay.
So, but what I'm going to show you first is the tailor tack, because tailor tacking, even though we sell fabric markers and things like that,
yes.
If you've got a fabric where fabric markers do not rub out from, if you know what I mean.
Or if you've got a very fine silk, you don't want to even put it on,
There's a tailor's tack. Now, I've done tailor's tacks down here.
Okay.
And the tailor's tacks show on both sides of the fabric.
Right.
So if I just quickly show you how to do it.
Right, let me use that one out the way and you can show us.
So I've got just a couple of pieces of fabric there. So if you've got a notch or...
top of a dart.
Yeah, top of a dart or... anything like that, or you want to do a seam line, or you know, just as a guide.
Yeah.
All you do, you go into your fabric and you pull that up, and you leave a long thread.
Yeah.
On the end. You then go in again, like as though you're doing a running stitch.
Oh, okay.
And then you pull out the other side.
Yeah.
And you leave a loop.
Right.
On here. Now it can be as big as you like, but
don't make it too small.
Not too big and not too small, because you just want it to go through. So if you look there, I've got a big loop. So I'm going to pull that down to about 1 inch long.
2.5 centimetres?
Yeah.
It's not like you, Janice. You're nervily straight in there with your conversion.
So then you cut it. There.
Now, first question, is this fabric lovely to work with?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's lovely. That's why I chose it to do the tailor tack. So then what you do then, you've got your loop, and you cut in between that loop.
Okay.
So now you've got the thread just showing separately. So then what you do, to get it on the other side, because you've got the marking there and there, so if you just pull it out, you will lose it off the top of the fabric.
Right.
So what you have to do, pull it open in between, and you have to then cut in between that stitch in there. So again, with your scissors, sharp scissors, otherwise if it's not sharp, it won't work.
$22.95, those scissors, Whiskers dressmaking shoes.
And then you've got that marking then, both sides. So if we just turn that over, you'll see that you've got the marking there and the marking there.
So that's the traditional way of marking seams and darts and all sorts of things.
And I think tailors still use them.
Oh, yeah, no, they definitely do, yes, definitely.
So that's that. So I did the tailor's tacks here.
Right.
And if you look on the other side, oh, you can't see because I
They're all
did that,
just
didn't I?
inside, yes.
So what I do then is fold that, because we're making a facing.
Yes.
Now, you can strengthen it if you want. I didn't on this skirt, because sometimes when you do buttonholes and you use the iron-on interfacing, the facing can come through the buttonhole.
I
didn't want that, especially if it's blue and it's a dark blue and it's white. The facing's white, and you don't want that showing. So what I do is, if I can just fold it, we normally press it. You normally press that, and then you halve that again, and you press it.
Right.
And that's going to be the facing. But I need to make that smaller because I've gone and put the pocket over it.
You put the pockets too close on that one. Yes. But that's this bit here that you showed going down, where the buttons are stitched on, all the buttonholes are going.
Yeah.
All right, brilliant.
So then what I do then is just top stitch down. There. I've got to take it to the end of the button.
Yeah.
So just top stitch it down. So we'll press it first. Whoops.
Ooh, no.
So if we just press it down first.
Yes, you press that. And while you press that, I've got a question, apparently.
Press it down.
Christine wants to make a circular skirt from the Ragged Daisies fabric. Yes. Yeah. There's the Ragged Daisy fabric there. That's not 12.45, just so you know. Yeah. Oh, now... It depends what's... Do you know what? Is it Christine, did you say? Christine, have you come in on the web chat or the email? Web chat, because to do a circular skirt, what you need to do is you need to cut out gauze like that. Not gauze as in gauze, but like kind of triangular shapes like that. And then you add them all together to create that full circle. Now, a full circular skirt does take up... What I'd say is it depends how full you want it, basically. But you need to buy... from your waist to where you want the hem, plus your seam allowances, and I'd say 6 times, so you get 6 gauze in a circular skirt, and that way you get a very full circle. So you need to buy the length that you need at 6 times, plus a little bit for a waistband. That's what I'd say.
That's it.
So it depends how long you want it.
It's all on the length.
Yes, it's all about the length. So Christine, you need to work out how long you want it. Then you cut that. You buy 6 times that much, plus a little bit more to make your waistbands. Or if you're doing pocket. Oh no, if you're doing pockets, you can get the pockets out of, because you're cutting a triangle. You've got those 2 bits at the top there, so you can cut your pocket linings out of that bit there. Nice. That's the Daisy sale. That's what Christine wants there. They're £11.45 for half a metre.
So all I'm going to do is now is machine down and top stitch the end to hold it in place. Reverse stitch and then go down as quick as I can. And just pick it up with the machine.
Do you know what? This denim-like fabric is very... I'd say it was very American, you know? You're kind of modern... I don't want to say the name shop, but Madonna did an advertising campaign for them. Very kind of on-trend, but affordable and light and fun to wear. That's what these fabrics remind us of. Oh, sorry. Especially the children. Children on the ground floor.
I'm going to keep on this side this time. Right then, so that's your... ready for...
There you go.
Buttonhole. Now, on the skirt, I did it on both sides, so, but at the moment, I'm only doing it on this side, so that I can get, because I've overlapped because of the button, pocket, because I did the pocket first. So, the buttonhole always goes on.
Okay, let's just put that. Let's put that out on the. So we didn't see that. So put the skirt down like we've got the real one down here.
So that's where the buttons are going to be, and that's where the buttonholes. Going to be.
So that goes over there. Obviously, what we didn't do was match the pockets earlier, but so that's where that'll go. That pocket will be across there. So which side do your buttons go on? The buttons go on that side. The buttonholes go on this side. So the side you've already done, we're going to do some buttonholes.
That's it.
So
if I just do, because if we do the waist first and get the waist on.
Oh yeah, put the waistband. Have you got time? Oh yes, you've got plenty of time.
Right. So if we put the waistband on first.
So is a waistband... We've got 15 minutes in total to do this. You've got plenty of time, haven't you? You don't need to do all the buttonholes.
I was only going to do one buttonhole.
Yeah, that's what I mean, do one buttonhole.
So if I just do this again, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, started around.
Forwards.
What we're doing now is we're just attaching the waistband to the skirt.
That's it. And
so now you've got the shape of your waistband and you're putting iron on... Interfacing, which I have here. Sounds like hotcakes, this, because everybody has interfacing in their stash, don't they? Iron on interfacing there.
That's that one.
Medium weight, iron on. Ooh.
Sorry.
That's all right. We are doing the dance today, aren't we? At £2.95 there, iron on interfacing. Ideal for cuffs, collars and facings. And waistbands, of course, because that's what we do.
And if you look here again, I've used the tailor's tacks, if you look there.
Yeah.
Again, to do that marking of the facings, okay?
So, that's the facing, right?
Yeah. But on this fabric, you could have used the fabric marker.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because it's a light one, whereas on that one, it wouldn't show up.
Yes.
So, and again, just iron this on.
Now, the fabric that Janice is using there is the afternoon sale solid smooth denim fabric at £12.45 for half a metre. And then, of course, you've got the interfacing for £2.95 for a metre square.
That's it. So again, whoops.
Was it not stuck, that one?
It's not stuck. It's because I'm not wetting it.
Is that a trick then with the interfacing? Give it or use a damp pressing cloth? Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Hopefully that's done. So then we attach the together, because that's got to be
your centre front.
On the centre front, that's it. So we attach that one to that one. Again,
pins. Come on, John. One job.
I'll just do one.
Just one pin, okay.
There we go. So that's that there.
That's right.
So then we just sew the 5/8 down.
Okay.
To join them. Again. There's foot. And again, once you've done them, you can open out the seam, overlock them, zigzag them. You know what I mean?
Yes, finish them
just
off.
To finish them off neatly.
But won't the seams on a waistband? Won't they be encased? Aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh no, you've got the one around there. Yeah, sorry.
I
thought you were going to turn it back. This is what we're doing. We're just putting the waistband onto the skirt. What we're doing in this show is doing techniques rather than the pattern. So this is a basic skirt pattern.
Take that out. Yesterday I did this with pins and I had the zipper foot needle break on me, so I've gone a bit cautious again.
Lisa was at home when you're practicing, not here.
I was going over the pins. I thought, oh, typical. So then, sorry. I need the pins again. So then that's your waistband. So again, you just attach it via the corners. Open it out.
Carolyn Gradson's watching, enjoying the show, Janice.
Oh, that's good.
She says she could never sew as good as you.
Facing. You could.
With practice,
practice makes perfect. Keep watching the sewing quarter.
No, I think Carolyn Gradson's a bit lazy. I don't think she'd do anything like that.
Pick up the tips and then that's it. So that's got to go to the other side. Yeah. Always join your corners first and your seams, and your seams first. Yes. At the corners. Always start.
So you match your seams and then match your centre back.
Do your centre back.
Yeah.
And you've got a pleat there, and you've got a pleat there. That's it. And then pin to your heart's content.
Right.
So again, I always do my fingers,
for your fingers
to try and get it all in. And that's attaching your waistband. So, how are we doing for
Right, while you're doing that, Janice, I'm just going to show the storage things because we are going to be a little bit tight for time. While you're pinning that, so we're not missing anything, are we? Just pinning it to...
I'm just pinning it. That's it.
OK, so, which one do you want first? Smaller one first. Now, I had these the other day. There were 3 sizes. The other size I've sold out of, so I've just got these 2 left. 18 spools, I'll take the top off because they're fantastic. You put your threads or indeed your bobbins from your sewing machines in there. Not going to get any dust on them or anything. But also, what Sammy was saying when we did the other day, when she comes to work here, she brings the spools and the threads that she needs. But also, they're clear. They're so clear. You can see all the colours through straight away. So if you want to, rather than have the rack, which is obviously sold out, if you want boxes that you can pile up, depends on how much space you've got in your room, doesn't it? These, you see, you can pile these one on top of the other. Now, Angie, and Joy, they take classes, don't they? Teach classes and everything. So all their ladies need to bring all their thread, their sewing machines, everything with them. Perfect for travelling with your thread. Just pop in the few that you need and your bobbins that you filled in at £5.45, that. It's lovely, isn't it? And then the larger one here. Now, this is limited now. This is very, very limited in stock, this one. OK, we haven't even shown it today, but just the fact that it's been on the desk over there, people have noticed it and rung in and bought it. This is £6.45. You get 27 spools in there. So you could get your threads, or you can get your bobbins from your machine in there, either. And the storage are fantastic because, if, like you say, if you've got space and you want to stack them up on top of each other, they'd be ideal, wouldn't they? I'd get in early with the bigger one because it's very, very limited. That's the big one there, the £6.45 one there. OK, so, Janice, how are you doing with your pinning there?
Doing fine.
I'm fine.
So what I'm just doing, just pinned it, so I'm just going to machine it 5/8 in again.
OK.
So... that's it. Okay.
I'll see the thread pack as well. We'll watch Shami's stitching first of all. Okay, this is the thread pack you've all been asking to see as well. You could fill your spool with it if you can. Do you know what? What a fantastic idea. You know, if you buy somebody a purse as a present, you always have to put money in it. So if you buy them one of these, then put some threads inside it. What a lovely idea is that? This is lovely. This is Fenton House Sewell. Gutermann thread. There's a very, very pale pink at the bottom there. Oh, Anne, where are you? I can't open... Oh, yes, I can. Anne, there you go. Anne wants to use the pink one at the bottom. Now, you see, Anne's... Well, she's going to use the pale pink, is she? Oh, Anne, you see, I'd use this one. A bit controversial. You see, Anne's going to use this one. She's going to make a little girl skirt out of it. I'd use that one as the contrast thread, myself, personally. But it's all personal, isn't it? It's £8.95. There you go. Oh, Anne, you could get that one. No, you won't. Not now I've opened it, so don't worry. So how are you doing there, Aunt Jenny? Scissors, you've got the scissors.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Take the pins out. Let's see. And that's your waistband more or less on. Just quick. So that's your waistband on. So then what you do, again, you can trim the... You don't want the bulk, so you can trim the one seam down press it open, turn that in with a zigzag.
Yeah, or your overlock if you've got one,
Yeah, and then fold it over and your waistband will go just like
Brilliant.
that. OK? So, but at the moment, we want to do a buttonhole.
Yeah, we need to do a buttonhole. Now, how many minutes has Janice got to do a buttonhole? Not that I'm putting any pressure on you, Janice.
No, don't worry.
8 minutes.
8 minutes, right. OK. So your buttonhole. But I'm going to do it further down.
OK.
OK, so your buttonhole. Now, this is a one-step buttonholer.
Oh, yes. Now, this is on the 540, the Elmer 540, if you want to go on the website and have a look at it.
And that's the foot for the one-step buttonholer.
Right.
So the way you do this is you attach the foot to the machine. I'm going that way.
There you go.
It's easier. OK. So you put the button in the back. Now, this moves backwards and forwards. It should do. It does. I'm gone. That's it.
There you go.
That's it. So that moves backwards and forwards, and you put your button in.
Oh. Oops. Or you pop it out, Janice.
Size of your button.
We would give you thick buttons, wouldn't we, Janice?
I know. So that, and then what you do, you close it up to the machine. To the size of the button. To the size of the button. That's it. And then what you do, you pull that down.
So it knows from the size of your button?
Knows from the size of the button.
How
That's
fantastic.
It. So then you set your machine to the buttonholer, which is on this one, it's number 6.
Number 6.
Done everything, haven't I? Yeah.
Now, not all machines have this, do they? Because mine one you have to go up,
across, down, yours
and
is
across.
A 4-step buttonholer.
Yes,
but this is a 1-step buttonholer, and it does itself really. So we're just going to do it guesstimate.
It's the first time we've done a buttonhole, isn't it, Janice?
Is it so? At the front there, there's a little mark where you want the bottom of your buttonhole to be.
Right.
So we're just going to do it just because of time. Now, the beauty of this one is you don't have to do anything.
Apart from knock your button out.
Apart from knock the button out, that's right.
Why would it stay in?
I don't know. I was having trouble in the break trying to get it to... I think it's because it's so thick.
Yeah.
So we're just going to pray for the best job.
Oh, it's dropped off, Janice, before you start.
Has it dropped off again?
Oh, it is. Julie's enjoying the sew today.
So, Julie. Hello, Julie. So, again, and the beauty of this machine is it tells you what it makes a noise to when it says it's finished the button.
Oh, go on then.
So all you do is that, just guide it. Just guide it. That's it. So it's going forwards. Now it's going to go back. And then it's just going to make a noise when it's finished. So I don't have to do nothing, just guide it. Did you hear it?
I did. You wouldn't hear it if you got the radio on there, would you?
So there's your buttonhole.
How fantastic. So, you know, with traditional sewing machines, you literally have to measure it, then you do the stitch across the top, you go down one side, stitch across the bottom. This...
It does it. It's
it does it all for you with the button in it, so it knows how big to do
and
it.
And it's so neat as well. It's so lovely. It's ever so neat. There's a few I did earlier as I was testing, look, see.
So this is the buttonhole, your finished buttonhole that you get, sorry.
So once you've done that, you then get your seam ripper.
Wait, don't do it yet. Just showing the buttonhole there. There's 2 buttons. It's fantastic, isn't it, right?
Now, I'm not going to do it on here, just in case and we finish this.
Oh, okay, you can do it on one of those.
What you do with your buttonhole then, once you've got that, you literally start in the middle with your seam ripper, and again, you've got to be so careful that you keep it straight. So if you don't want to use your seam ripper, you can use scissors. So always work from the centre into the corner of each side. Don't just go...
Yes.
Always do it gingerly, carefully, into each corner.
So you're literally taking a couple of millimetres and cutting those, so you're not slicing the way through the buttonhole?
No, no. You've got to leave the sides. It's just right through the middle you do it.
And could you use little... If you've got little embroidery scissors, you could use those?
That's what I normally do, but I've got none here.
Oh, so they've gone? Oh, Jay will put them away somewhere.
So normally I do use scissors. This.
Right, I need to tell you, the bigger spool box is now sold out. That's sold out now. So, I'm loving the storage solution. So I've still got this one here, the little one here.
So there's your hole. So then all you then do is just neaten it up again by cutting off the threads. That's it. Again, there. And then you just then put your button through it. To
make sure.
And that's gone through.
Do you know what? I'd buy that machine just for that
I know,
thing.
It's great. Absolutely great. There's one step buttonhole is great. And you can tidy it up a bit more, like putting the threads off and...
There you go.
But there's your buttonhole.
Perfect fit.
So, and then you just put them all down the skirt. And because they're so perfect every time, you haven't got to worry, because sometimes in the early days we had to get the tightening line.
Yes, exactly.
And you get the buttonhole wrong on an outfit, it will completely ruin your outfit. So if the buttonholes went wrong on the skirt, you ruin the whole
thing, and it's the last thing you do, isn't it?
It's the last thing you do.
These buttons, I don't have a pack of the buttons, but I can show you the buttons here.
Have you got some?
You get two in a packet. Oh, there you go. You've got them. Oh.
There you go. Do you want to?
Janice, were they in your handbag ready for later? Are they? So this is how they come. 2 buttons. The nice wooden effect, 25mm, and each cost £1.95. Add that to your order. They're lovely, aren't they?
They're lovely buttons.
Okay, Janice, you're a marvel.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to take this with me. Now, I'm going to leave you here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I've just got to go and see the fabrics. Thanks ever so much.
Lovely.
And we'll see you soon. I've seen you die. You're in lots, aren't you? Janice in lots. So thank you, Janice. And I'm just going to go over here with all the fabrics. You're more than welcome, Janice. It's a joy to have you here. Right, fabrics. Vice versa. I know all the names now. Vice versa. This one's 100% cotton. Love it because you've got the little arrowheads going in different directions. 100% cotton. Now, it's not denim, but it's denim effect print, isn't it? It's really lovely. That is the vice versa denim print, £11.45. 4 half-metre. Remember, we sell our fabrics in the half-metre increments when we cut them off the roll for you. You can have any measurement you want, but they have to be in half-metres. So half-metre, 1 metre, 1.5, 2, 2.5, like that. Moving on to the ragged daisies, which I absolutely adore. This is there's the skirt that we made in that fabric. Moving on to the ragged daisies. This is lovely, isn't it? Now, I can see that in so many... Do you know what that would look nice in as well? You know, Ange makes a book cover, a quilted book cover. I'd like my summer book quilted in that. That'd be lovely. So that's £11.45 for half a metre. Then I've got the Rosebud Falls. That's a rosebud falling, that was. There we go. That was acting, Jay, just so you know. Jay's worried he's got his health and safety hat on. £11.45 for half a metre. Really lovely, lovely print, that one. Again, gorgeous for a little girl's dungaree dress or something for the summer. Then we'll move on to this one, which is the one that Janice was just using then on the skirt that she was making. Now, this one is a polyester cotton mix. It's 80% wool and 20% cotton. And it's a really, really lovely... Oh, move out the shot, John. £12.45 for half a metre. Right, that's it for this show, but don't go anywhere, because coming up, it's me and fabrics. I've got gorgeous fabrics. I've got a handbag. I've got everything you need to know. Go and make yourself a cup of tea. You'll be joining me all on my own in 3 minutes from now. Here at the Sewing Quarter, you'll hear us talking about pre-cuts a lot of the time. And I can hear you saying, what's a pre-cut, John? Now, pre-cuts, they're pieces of fabric that have been bundled together, all cut to the same size, usually from complementary fabrics, so you've got a lovely little bundle to take home and start your sewing. Pre-cuts come in all shapes and sizes, but here are a few of the most popular. This is a jelly roll. I love jelly rolls. Now, these are normally 40 strips of fabric. They are all 110 by 6.35 centimetres. To you and me, that's 44 inches by 2.5 inches wide. They're normally cut from 8 different fabrics, but look how gorgeous they are. Now, one word of warning. They look beautiful like this. When you cut them open, all the fabric spread everywhere. You'll never, ever be able to put them back together again. This is a charm pack. There are 42 pieces of fabric, 12.7 centimetres by 12.7 centimetres. So basically, it's a 5-inch square. You get so many gorgeous fabrics in a charm pack. You'll find an awful lot of patterns inside a charm pack as well. Another favourite pack is the fat quarter pack. Now, these measure 55 centimetres by 50 centimetres, or like me, 22 inches by 20 inches. Now, you normally find lots of different fabrics all bundled together. They're all different colours, all different shapes. But you know what? Unlike the jelly rolls and unlike the charm packs, the number of pieces of fabric can alter from 2 to 30. Look. Whichever pre-cut you choose, you've just got to remember 2 things. 1, all the fabrics will go so beautifully together. And 2, someone else has done the boring, laborious task of cutting them all out. So it's all about getting on with the sewing, which is what we love here at the Sewing Quarter.
Did you know there are multiple ways you can contact us, even if it's just to ask a question? Our friendly team are always on standby. You can call our customer service team at 0800 112 4433, email us at help@sewingquarter.com, visit our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter @SewingQuarter, and even message us through our website, and our presenters will answer your questions live on air.
Brand new to the Sewing Quarter, we will be bringing you an irresistible range of cuddle fabrics in a rainbow of colours this Saturday, the 4th of March. 8 a.m, we'll be demonstrating how to make a toddler's snuggle blanket. And 11 a.m, we'll be making a children's adorable cuddle hooded towel. Give your loved ones the softest of hugs with the Shannon Fabric Cuddle Range from Sewing Quarter.
Now, you must watch that show on Saturday with, it's tomorrow, isn't it? With Natasha and with little Paul. That fabric, that snuggly fabric, it is so lovely. I can't tell you where Bex was here when I did that voiceover for her, and you've got to watch tomorrow only with that. Now, I just need, before I go on with my show now, I need to warn you, all the storage things we've shown today have sold out. This is the only one that I've still got available. This is the Gutermann sewing thread box. Holds 18 spools, £5.45. Now, this one's limited now as well, I'm being told. Very, very limited. I'll just open it for you there so you can see how you fit all your spools in and everything there. Gorgeous, isn't it? Now, lovely present if you want to get that. That will have sold out by the end of this show. Now, you know I know how much you love it and I know how much I love it. Look at this panel. It's me and fabrics for the next hour. Starting off with this, only because you love it and the demand is vast. Look at this. Look at this. It's the Makua Hungry Caterpillar I Love You panel. Now, you buy this by the panel. You don't buy it by the metre. You buy it by the panel. So what you're seeing there is one panel. It measures 60 centimetres by 112 centimetres. But, you know, if you buy 2 panels or 3 panels, they all come joined together. They're not cut individually. So if you wanted to make something big out of 3 or 4 panels, then you can. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to let me know, 1, if you've made anything out of this fabric, or do you know what, if you've made anything of any of our fabrics, just get in touch. The way to send your picture in, we know lots and lots of you have sent pictures in already, but if you want to send in a picture, then the only way to send in this picture is to email it to us. And it goes straight through to Hannah. I was going to let that. Hannah upstairs. Hannah's upstairs, yeah. And you do, that is studio at sewingquarter.com, studio@sewingquarter.com. Now, I'm gonna go ahead of myself here because I'm doing these lovely fabrics now. Later on, you know that fabulous handbag we make that turns into... I'm doing that later. If you've made that as well in a different fabric, let me know. Let me know, let me know. Right, have a look. Oh, yeah, now, also, we taking that, if you send it to us, that we're okay to show it on air. If you just want us to see it and you don't want it on air, please write in big letters, do not show on air. But we're taking it that if you send us a picture, it gives us permission to show it on air. And now, last time we did this, there were far too many to actually show on air, so I can't guarantee it'll be on air, but you know what, if you can, then we will. So I'm going to go back to this panel now, because you can use this for so many projects. And I'd love to know which projects you've used it for. I will take you through 2 of the projects that we have used this panel for and the fabrics to go with them. But it is so popular. Everybody knows about the Hungry Caterpillar, don't they? Lots of you will have had it read to you as a child, and lots of you will now be reading it maybe to your children as well. They've sold so many. There's 70 books, and they've sold so millions and millions and millions of copies of them. Really, really lovely panel there. That's £6.95. Remember, you're buying that by the panel. So do you want me to go through these now? Okay, and then so I'll just fold that, because I will be going back across a minute, show you what you can make with that. But I just want you to see these fabrics. The thing is, you can make so many things. I've only got 2 projects to show you that we've used to make them out of, but there's so many things. And I want to hear from you. Now, if you just want to send words, you obviously use the web chat, but you can only send pictures by the email. So that's why I was telling you about the email. If you want to send in a message to me via Hannah, then use the web chat on the website. That's absolutely fine. Where do I start? I love all of these. I love all of these. This is it's just lovely, isn't it? It's called Hearts, right? It's called Hearts fabric, and you do, oh, lovely hearts, lovely hearts, lovely hearts. Then every now and then you come across a caterpillar in the shape of a heart. It's Makoa fabrics, and you know how the quality of this cotton is second to none. It is stunning. It is beautiful. It's lovely to work with. All our experts that have worked with this just say what a fantastic, fantastic fabric it is to work with. This is £5.45 for half metre. Remember, we sell in half metre increments. So when you ring the call centre, you can say to them, oh, I want 3 metres or something, and they'll sort out the increments. If you're buying on the web, of course, 1 unit or quantity 1 is half a metre. I'll just show you this as well before we go on, because what I love, when you buy the fabric that's cut off the roll, it's only when you buy the fabric that's cut off the roll like these, you get your fabric in a box like this, and it's such a lovely, gorgeous quality box, right? My friend Elizabeth, you know, the one who's very big in publishing, she orders so much fabric from us, and she loves the fact it arrives in one of these boxes. It's got a really lovely, I mean, it's just little details, isn't it? You haven't got to go at it with a scissor, and you just pull the escape rope cord sort of thing there, and the box opens, and then inside, your fabric is folded and wrapped in tissue paper. And I just think that's so important, isn't it? Because it's got a little sticker on it that's just moved around. Because it's so important. When you've bought a piece of fabric, the reason you buy the fabric is because you love it so much, isn't it? You absolutely love the fabric. You don't want it in a carrier bag, do you? You don't want to just shove it in a carrier bag. So it arrives like that, beautifully wrapped in tissue paper. Okay, so we'll move on from the hearts now. I love this. I love this. Now, Hannah thinks that this is like the food that the very hungry caterpillar eats. I mean, it's just... I love the colours. Really love those colours. Hannah went to, when she was at school, she went to school as the Hungry Caterpillar on World Book Day, which was yesterday, wasn't it? I know, I got home from work and all the children in my village were all in there. They were all in their different costumes and everything. It was fantastic. This is lovely. It's called Spots. But look at the colours, look at the bright primary colours. But not only are they just single colours, they've got like texture within each of the spots. I will come back and waft all these for you before I finish this, but I just love that fact. Now, you see, if you're not, because there's no caterpillar on there, so if you're doing a child's bedroom, if you're doing cushions maybe for a conservatory or a room where you want lots and lots of bright colour, then that is fantastic. I'd love a shirt out of that. See? But I just love it. I love that fabric. Now, look at this next one. This next one, it's almost like somebody's put lots and lots and lots and lots of different coloured reds and layered them up and then scribbled. It's all the same collection. And then scribbled with it. This is called the red texture, Hungry Caterpillar, Makoa fabric. Now, again, There's no caterpillar on that one. It's just this, I just love the way it looks like it's been hand printed, doesn't it? That's £4.95 for half a metre, and I will waft them. I'll come back and waft them in a minute for you, but I just want you to see all the fabrics before I go over and show you what you can make out of them. But that is stunning. Now, you see, that could look, you know, if you're doing a boudoir or something very, very grown-up sort of thing, that fabric would work so well as something for the children. That would work really beautifully, wouldn't it? Or you make, if you've, like me, and you've got a wishing tree, a feng shui tree, and you made little hearts, stuffed hearts out of it, they'd be lovely out of that fabric, hanging from your wishing tree, wouldn't they? I really love that. And then this just sums up my life. Stars, I'd like a shirt out of this one as well, because it's got brightly coloured stars all over it. They are lovely. Now, they are from the same, if you look at the book, there are stars in the book, and they're from the same kind of illustrations in the book, aren't they? That's £5.45 for half a metre. Give us a call, 0800 112 4433, or sewingquarters.com if you want to buy, or indeed send a message. We've had our first message in about the stars fabric. Oh, now Sue, I bet that's lovely. Sue made curtains for her daughter's, for her grandchildren's bedroom out of the star fabric. How lovely is that? Also, you know, earlier when Jenny was on and she showed that book that was good to send if your child was, not your child, your teenager was leaving home, and it was all about making curtains, a little curtain to hide some. That would be lovely. In a student room, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? Now, I'm just going to show you quickly two solid fabrics that we think that... Now, what it is we keep these Spectrum solid fabrics in our stock all the time. If you go to the website, you can just look up plain fabrics, and they're listed. We have every single shade you can imagine. We've just picked two here to go with this range. But, of course, if you're using this, you could use yellow, blue, purple, green, any colour you wanted. So this one, bright red, hasn't got a funny name. It's got bright red. The bright red there, which you can use as the binding. I'll show you in a minute, because we've used it on two of our projects. I'll show you what bright red one is used when I go over to the table. And then also this one. Now, this one is called Optical White, I think it's called, isn't it? It's £3.25 for half a metre. But when we show these fabrics, sometimes people aren't buying them for that project that we're showing. They're actually buying them for their stash, because it's really, really good quality. And also, the other day, when Lucy made a Cape Facet patchwork, she used the white, didn't she, within the fabric as a blending fabric. Oh, it's bright white there, bright white. Optical White, £3.25 for half a metre. I mean, I love all of these fabrics, but we're going to go over now and talk about what we've made already out of this panel and these fabrics. Right. So... let's start with this one. Because this one was Jo, wasn't it? In fact, Jo made both of these, didn't she? Jo made both of these. Now, what you could do, let me just show you the panel. This is the panel you can buy. Let's get it the right way up, John. One job. Right, so this, 60 centimetres by 112 centimetres, that's how the panel comes, right? But you don't have to use it all in the one panel like that. So you've got the I love you bit at the top. Then I'll lift it up a little bit. Then you've got L-O-V-E. Then if you carry on down, we've got the kisses and the hugs. And then the caterpillar at the bottom. And then also writing from the very hungry caterpillar there. Now, what you could use, if you wanted to, you could just use that as it is. But what Jo did, so that's £6.95 for one of those panels. Say you wanted to make a duvet cover for a, you know, like Haley's little boy, Joseph. He's out now 5 or 6, I think. So he's got a bigger quilt for his bed. You could get, if you ordered 3 of them, you could make a quilt cover out of the 3 of them, couldn't you? So this is what Jo did. She cut it up. She sliced it up, right? So she's got the kisses. Oh, from the overhead there. So she's got the kisses and the hugs there that she cut out. She cut out the LOVE book there, and she used, let me move this along here for you, she used the writing here as her base of how to cut it. And then, of course, she put the I love you across the bottom. Now, what she did was she sewed those 3 together. Then she used this fabric. Now, unfortunately, this fabric that she's used around the edge here, that's sold out now. That one's sold out. But you could use any of the other fabrics that were there, or the plain white, or the big hearts fabric. That would look lovely. And then she basically sewed them all together put a bit of wadding in between, and then she just did some really gentle quilting through there. So she's got the stripes. So it's in 3 sections, if you see, there and there. She joined them together, and then she just quilted around there. She used the letters to quilt around. Now, a little tip here, and I'm no quilter, I'm just saying what Jo said when she made it. When you go round an O like this, she said she didn't go round. Let me lift that up for you there. You don't just go round the whole O. What you do is you start at the top and go down, and then you come back up and you start at the top and go back round again. So that's what you do. That's my first little tip there. Also, when you're quilting something this size, she said you always start from the middle and work outwards. Middle and work outwards when you're doing quilting. I think it's really, really lovely. So she's used the panel, and then she's used some of the fabric. Now, obviously, the fabric she used for the sides of this has sold out. But then look round the edge here. She's done the most beautiful... Oh, well, I've gone that side for you. She got the most beautiful binding. You see, that is the bright red fabric that we just showed you on the plinth for £3.25 for half a metre. So if you had that in your stash, or you wanted to order it in particular, then you could do. There's the bright red coming up across the bottom now. And I just think the whole piece is lovely. And as you can see, she quilted right the way through. Now, obviously, this fabric has sold out, but you could use any of... You see, I said what I would have used... I would have used the scrolling, the scribbly one, you know, the one with the scribbled writing on. That would be nice to create a binding around this one as well, because not only would you have the bright red, you'd also have the texture. It's called texture, isn't it? The texture fabric going on round the edge of that one. So now, before we move on to the bag, have we got a picture to show? Oh, we've got a picture to show. Now, Now, that's a skirt. That's a skirt, right? So it's not a bag, it's a skirt, because the little... Oh, but there's a hair scrunchie on there as well. Oh, and who's it from? Sandra. Sandra made that for her niece. Isn't that lovely? She made a little skirt, but look, she's bound the hem. She's bound the hem. Now, that's the caterpillar... No, the heart fabric, that one. We've got that one available. That one's on the A-frame over there. That's... Oh, I bet she loved that, Sandra. And then we love accessorising here. We love the matching scrunchie. Isn't that fantastic? Any other pictures? Do send them in of things you made. Thank you so much for that. So that was the cock quilt that I was... Oh, that's the fabric there that Sandra used. Right, now, so I've done the cock quilt there. That I can't take credit for any of these. I was just presenting, and Jo made all of these. Now, what she also said was she used from the panel... Let me get the panel out again for you. What she used from the panel was just the central section for this. She said it was a baby changing bag, but it could be for any bag, couldn't it? She just used the middle section. You see the LOVE section? She just used that bit for this next project. And what she then did was she used the other bits. We made something small, like a baby. Oh, changing mat. We made a changing pad. We didn't make a baby with it. We made a changing mat with it, with the other 2 pieces. So what she did was she cut that middle section out from the panel, £6.95, and she created this using some of the other fabrics. Now, we love this. So what she's done is she's taken the LOVE and she's quilted it. But then she's used some of the bright red fabric to create the side of the bag here, again quilted in the same way, down the side and across the bottom, because she's very famous for her boxed bottoms, isn't she? So this is lovely, because what we love about the boxed bottoms is you can stand it up like that. And when you've got a baby, if you've got all your baby changing stuff in there, and Hayley happened to be in the gallery at the time, and I said, oh, what do you need, just a nappy? And she was like, no, a change of clothes, talcum powder, wet wipes, creams, and all that sort of thing. So you've got a lot. But if you didn't use it as a baby changing bag, it would be brilliant. University bag, put your books in and everything, because everybody at university, they're all going to know they're very hungry caterpillar. JR floor manager is nodding his head because he had one of these when he was at university as well, to carry his books in. But then this is lovely bag here, because on the back section, now again, sadly, this fabric has sold out. The fabric that Jo used on this has sold out, but we've got the choice of the fabrics over there, which I will take you through in a second. It's got a pocket on the side, and then she's lined it in the bright red. But all of it is quilted, slightly quilted in a different direction. But so there's the secret pocket. So there's something you need urgently, like your wet wipes. She said she'd put the wet wipes inside there. But you know, if you've made anything out of any of these, I Love You or the Hungry Caterpillar fabrics, do let us know. Do let us know. Then, remember, you have to email the picture. You have to email the picture. And you can send messages still on the web chat, but the web chat doesn't accept photos. So you can't get to, you can only send in emails with photographs attached to them. The email is studio at, she's in a right old mood today, isn't she, our Hannah? Studio at Sewing Quarter. We need a thing that goes across there, don't we, Rin? Studio at sewingquarter.com. Studio at sewingquarter.com. Oh, shouting at me, isn't she? I'm annoying her, apparently. That's nice. Join all the other people, Hannah. Right, then we've got these lovely straps here, which we made out of the red fabric as well. Really, really lovely, sturdy straps there to hold everything in the book. And a nice length so you can put it over your shoulder as well. So these are just 2 ways that you can use all these fabrics. But do you know what? Can I go and get the fabrics? Or do you want me to go back to the A-frame? Because I wonder... yeah, exactly. I just want to get these because I just want you to look at all these different fabrics and what you could actually make out of them. Because who was it? Christine, was it? No, who was it that made the curtains for their granddaughter's bedroom? Okay, this is lovely, isn't it, this one? This is the one, I think it was Christine, anyway, that made her granddaughter's curtains for her bedroom out of. I love this fabric. Can you imagine all the things you could make with this? The thing is, right, it's from the Hungry Caterpillar range, but there's nothing on there to say that it has to be about that. So if your child, some children are going to not like Hungry Caterpillar, aren't they? So, Hannah says, whose children? But do you know what? How bright if you made cushions out of this. Oh, do you know what would be adorable? A little waistcoat for a little boy. If he's going to be like a page boy at the wedding or something. And in fact, I saw a wedding recently where all the bridesmaids were the bride was obviously in a big, lovely meringue dress, and then all the bridesmaids, they'd made dresses in different colours to suit their personalities. So one was in a really lovely yellow ball gown, one was in a bright pink. Hannah would be in black or brown if she was one of those bridesmaids. But do you know what? Little page boys, you could make the page boy's waistcoat and little bow tie out of that, couldn't you? What else could you do? So I've said cushions, I've said curtains, little waistcoat. What was it? Lampshade. Oh, that's an unusual lampshade, but yeah, you could do a lampshade. Just tell you as well, along the side here, if you look along the side here, you've got all the colours. Now, the numbers don't mean anything. It's just the amount of numbers there. So if you want to match a plain fabric or match a thread, then you've got all the colours. That one's got 18 colours. 18 colours. You could just match your threads or all your solid fabrics so you could take the selvage to the shop or to our website or whatever, and you could match any fabrics to go with that. It's £5.45. Remember, we sell our fabric in half-metre increments, remember. So the minimum you can buy is half a metre. And then after that, you can buy up in increments of half a metre upwards. So 1 metre, 1.5 metres. So that would be that lovely fabric. Now, I'll just fold that and put that there because, I love this. This is what I think, it doesn't have to be for children, this one. This one could make really lovely, sumptuous bedroom furniture. Do you know what would be lovely? Do you remember Sammy, ages ago now, in the last month, made a heart-shaped cushion? Can you imagine making a heart-shaped cushion out of this fabric? Because it's very, very tactile, isn't it? This red texture fabric. Now remember, look. I could just be quiet and just look at that one. £4.95 for half a metre. I like that moment. Everyone's like, talk, John, talk. I don't have to talk all the time. We can just look and appreciate sometimes. Isn't it lovely the way it's been done? It looks like it's been done by like a batik almost, isn't it? It's like a batik print where they've done the different, but it isn't. It almost waxwork. Really, really lovely. £4.95 for half a metre. Sue said she's loving the fabric she's bought from the Sewing Quarter. She's not sewn anything in years, and we've inspired her to start again. Oh, Sue, that's so nice to hear. Which one of these? Sue, that'd look lovely in your bedroom, wouldn't it? Not that I've seen Sue's bedroom, but I'm just saying. And then, mind you, don't have too much red in your bedroom because it means you can't sleep. Doesn't help to sleep to have red in your bedroom. I love this. Now, let's just see. Would I look good in a shirt made out of this? Oh, yes. Oh, no. Hold your belly in, John. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love it. Now, who was it going to make me a shirt the other day? Somebody rang in, didn't they? Said they're going to make me a shirt. Yeah, they said they were going to make me one out of one of the Pandalicious fabrics. Can I have one out of this as well? That is, mind you, it might be a bit busy for you to watch for 4 hours. Might be just me, have to be for special parties and things like that. Not that I get invited to parties anymore. Look at the fabric. I love it when we can spread it out like this because you can get a whole screen. You can get a whole screen. Look, isn't it lovely? £5. Oh, not got quite a whole screen. Let me just move. There you go, whole screen of it there. £5.45 for half a metre. Again, look at the colours in there. And what I love about this is they could have just done a green spot, a blue spot, a red spot, a yellow spot, a pink spot. Each of the spots has all got texture. Not actual texture, but kind of painted in, the look of texture in each of them. Again, that is, and this. I know I need to be the hands, don't I, really? Your hands to tell you what it feels like. It does feel like, you know, your favourite pillowcase or your favourite shirt. It feels, it's not brushed, but it feels, because it's got thickness to it, but it's not too heavy. Oh, there's me bouncing it around. It's not too heavy to make a shirt out of. Or a lovely, do you know what? That'd be a lovely, oh, do you know what? Ladies' culottes or baggy shorts for the, because Hannah's wearing, oh, you know what Hannah's wearing today? Hannah's got like an all-in-one baby grow thing. I don't quite know, but designer, I don't really know what to call it. But Hannah, you could make one of these out of this. It looked lovely. She said, oh, right, no, what she's going to do is make pyjama bottoms out of it. You know the pyjama bottoms that Jennifer Taylor made last week? Which she's got the pattern, she bought the pattern. Are you going to make the long ones or the Bermuda ones? Not the short one. No, she can't wear the short ones. She's making the Bermuda ones out of that. I love that. I really, really love that. But, you know, that's the kind of fabric I'd have in my stash, and I'd never use it. I'd just get it out to look at it, because it's very, very... I've got some fabrics from the Endebelly village in South Africa. Really, really bright. That's where the ladies have the rings around their necks, you know, and they do lots of geometric and spots and everything. I've got some of their fabric, and it's very, very intense of colour, like that one. And then last but not least, in this pattern range... we've got this one. Now, you all love this one. Loads of you coming in for this one. If I could open it. There we go. Look. Isn't that lovely? Now, their big hearts. They're about an inch and a half, not 2 inches, an inch and a half in size. That's 2.5, 3 and a bit something centimetres. But what I love about it is you've got all the heart designs in all the different pinks. And again, they've used that different print textures in the... And then every so often, you've got a little caterpillar. Hungry, oh, he's not very hungry if he's asleep, is he? Little caterpillar asleep there in the shape of a heart. Again, that's £5.45. Now, the stripes go across the fabric, as you can see. But I just think that is lovely. Very, very popular today, this one. This one and the spot one, very, very popular today. Oh, now I've already shown you a picture. Have a look at the skirt that Sandra made for her granddaughter out of that fabric. And, niece. I could have sworn you said granddaughter then. And she got the scrunchie. She's made a matching scrunchie. Now, for your stash, you may want to... But when we showed this last time, a lot of people... I'll just fold this one up. A lot of people bought this just having their stash because of the colour. But we've used it. Obviously, Jo used it to trim her bag with and the edge of the baby cock quilt, or the toddler's cock quilt there. This is lovely. It's red, bright red, it's called. And it really is a scarlet red. Now, this has sold out twice in the past. We've got it back in because, as I say, it's our, you know, where you have a staple or stable of fabrics that just we know that everybody's going to love. If you're going to buy it as a blend or something like that, at £3.25. Okay, then one more white one. Yeah, I've got the panel there to go through. Now, this is bright white. This shouldn't really, when you work on, because you know I used to do costumes for films and TV, you never, ever, ever put white on telly. You never put white on telly. So this is bright white. You better put your sunglasses on because this is white. You love it because it is that pure optical white. It is like, think of a doctor's coat, brand new doctor's coat. Think of a dentist coat. Really, really, really pure white. That is lovely, isn't it? Really lovely. Very good as a blending fabric or a background, because we were saying earlier when Jenny was on, if you use a white fabric every now and then to cut one of the squares out or the diamonds out of, it makes the other colours pop. So that's £3.25. Really good quality cotton, that one. Okay, now last but not least, I've shown you once before, but I don't want anyone to miss out within this section. I've got more fabrics to show you. Not just these, I've got more fabrics to show you. This panel. This is fantastic because you buy this by the panel. You don't buy it by the metre or the half metre or anything like that. You buy it by the panel. It's £6.95. It's 60 centimetres wide and 112 centimetres long. And what it is this is one panel, but you can buy 2 panels, you can buy 3 panels, you can buy 4 panels. They won't be cut individually. If you could buy 4 panels, there won't be 4 pieces of fabric there for you. There will be the width of 4 panels, as it were, £6.95. We have sold so many of these. We have because you all love the Hungry Caterpillar, but also you can do so much with a panel like that. Now, oh yes, Linda, I think it was, didn't we? We had a lady. A lady in Scotland, was it not Linda? Anyway, we had a lady in Scotland who was buying it. So I'm buying it for my granddaughter. My granddaughter was about to be born. Then she messaged in going, the granddaughter was born 10 minutes ago. I bought this to make something for the brand new granddaughter. That's lovely, isn't it? Really, really. Hannah's now given your name, the Sewing Quarter Baby. That's her nickname for your little granddaughter. Anyway, this panel, fabulous quality cotton, lovely prints, vibrant colours, all for £6.95 per panel. And you can do so much with it. So much with it. Right, I'll just fold that one up because I've got more to show you. Now, before I do, I just want to show you this book. This is the one I mentioned earlier, but Jay's only just got it to me now. But, Jay, could you turn the aircon off? It's very hot in here, isn't it? Or is it just me? Am I having a hot flush? This is the Beginner's Guide to Machine Sewing. This is a fantastic book. We looked at it earlier in Jenny's hour about all the projects and the simple sewing terms, things that you sometimes forget that people don't know. Ideal gift to buy. Oh, look. Oh, what's that? I can't read without my glasses on. Look. Is it like a little dinosaur? What's it called? Or is it a goat? I can't read it without my glasses on. It's a soft toy, anyway. It's a soft toy, but how cute is that? Now, if you want to make it, you see, you can buy these fabrics. It's getting hot today. And make these fabrics. And you've got all the patterns in the back. You've got all the life-size patterns that you like in the back there. Isn't that fantastic? Okay, I'll put that back because I don't want that to mess that up or lose that. So, that's that book. I'll show you the other books as well in a minute. But we've got more fabrics. Now, do you remember when we made this lovely little designer handbag that was, you could make it, and it turns into a handbag, but you can open it up. It was a kit form, do you remember? And in the kit, you didn't get the fabric in the kit, but you could make this I'll show it to you because it's over there in a second. This really, have we got a still of it, Hannah, by any chance? Oh, I'll just walk over there. Oh, here you go, I've got the kit here. This is the one I'm talking about. We sell this kit, we're going to sell it to you again today, to create that lovely little blue one at the front there, that really lovely. Now, when we showed this the first time, it completely and utterly sold out. What I've got is, actually, Jay, if you go round, could you just pass me those 2 bags over? Then I can show the actual bags that we made. What it is it unfolds. So I'm going to open the kit and show you what's inside the kit. But it unfolds, the bag unfolds, and you can create a bag that, if you go into the hotel for a weekend, it turns into a little ironing board, Matt. Just bring one in, Jay, and I can show you. Thank you. 2 beautiful fabrics that we've used already. This is the bag. This is the bag. I'll show you around the kit in a minute, but this is the little bag. Isn't it lovely? Now, can you imagine? Imagine going out for afternoon tea with your friends, or just popping out to see your friends or whatever, or you go away for the weekend. Don't use this as your main handbag to start with. Just use it for a special occasion. But what happens is you can unbutton it like this, he says, right? And then it turns into a little ironing mat. So if you're away for a weekend, it turns into a little ironing mat. Because let me just show you the kit. I'll just put it back together again for you. I know. But the thing is, right, if you're going to use it, I can't do it back to front. Jay, put that together for me, would you? What you do is within the pack, what you get in the pack is you get these sections. So you buy your fabric. I'll go over and show you fabrics and stuff. Do you want me to show the fabrics first? No. What's in the kit, right? Okay. So inside the packet, you get these, right? So these are iron-on fusible pieces, which create the size, the bag. And then this is a heat-resistant pad that also goes inside the bag. And then you also get the bonder web there and basically you just create. The instructions are fantastic. If you look at the instructions here, I tell you how to lay it out. They've got all the instructions in 7 languages. That's why it looks like there's lots of instructions. But it's just fantastic. Everything you need to know is all in there. There you go. That's how you lay it out. And then each instruction is there. Now, what you do need when you make this, you need a damp pressing cloth, because when you iron these shiny side down to the fabric, you need a heavy, heavy press, and you need a damp pressing cloth, or you need one of those spritzer bottles there. And that whole pack, which is £11.95, creates this beautiful bag. Now, what you don't get in the kit is the fabric, right? So we've got some suggestions of what fabric you might like to use. So this is the first one. I'll just show you still while I walk over to it. This one, isn't that lovely? That's what the first one is made out of. So I'll just go over. It's from the Street Life range. It's called City Print. You can see why, can't you? Now, obviously on there you're just seeing a little smidgen of the fabric, but on the bulk, it's beautiful. It's really, really lovely. Look at this. It's like somebody's hand-drawn the fabric for you. Should we have a look at the fabric there? There we go. Because it moves, you know what I mean? It moves with you. That lovely still is fantastic for a close-up, but this, I just adore this. Now, even if you don't make the bag out of it, think of all the other things you can make out of that. That is £5.95 for half a metre. Half a metre of that fabric. And it's just lovely. I love the colours in it. It's very, very much like lampshade. There you go. We've got one idea in already. I'd make a lampshade. Now, if you have made this bag already, which I know lots and lots and lots you have, please send in your picture by email, studio@sewingquarter.com. studio@sewingquarter.com. Get your phone, your pictures in, and we can have a look at them on air. But what you need to do is, if you don't want me to show it on air, then just say in big letters. If you send in a picture and we just send the picture, we'll presume we're allowed to show it on air. Then look at this one. This one's like the A to Z. Do they still have A to Zs? You know what I mean? When I first moved to London, you had to have an A to Z to go anywhere, didn't you? That's like an A to Z. Or I tell you what it's like when you do, is it Google Earth or Google Maps or whatever, or satellite or whatever, or street map or whatever, and it says show a satellite, then that's what it looks like from above, doesn't it? You see, if this was Hannah's village, Hannah would live down there. She's got a little lane, and that red block there is Hannah's house. Anyway, that's cute, isn't it? That's £5.95 for half a metre. So we've used that fabric to make and bind the first bag. £5.95 for half a metre. Then the other bag, we've used this lovely owl fabric. The owl fabric here, I adore this fabric. It looks lovely on the bag, but how many projects could you use this owl fabric for? If you love owls, if you collect owls, who was it? Somebody emailed in, didn't they, and saying, oh, my mum collects owls, I'm going to buy this fabric for her just to buy the fabric. This is called Owls on Grey Background. It's from the Papillon range by Macqua. £5.45. Now the background is called blue, grey sort of thing, but it's more of an indigo purpley blue rather than a grey. I just need to explain to you at home, something's gone wrong with our air conditioning in here, and it's gone like a sauna. Jay's nearly passing out. I'm rather warm. It's very, very hot in here, like a really, really boiling hot room. So if I do pass out, that's the reason, don't worry. Anyway, I love this. So that is the grey. That is the grey one there. Then it also comes in the green. And now the green, how would you describe this green, Hannah? Oh, no, I don't think it's mustard somehow. Golden green. Oh, I know. Uru Vege, golden green. Golden green, Uru Vege. It's that lovely, it's a very, very regal green. A really, really lovely But do you know what? Because it hasn't got a sheen to the fabric, it looks very, very exotic. That's the word I'm looking for, exotic. Like you found it in an Aztec temple, that kind of thing. £5.45 for half a metre. Oh, we've had a message. I can't hear you, Hannah, sorry. £5.45 for half a metre. She loves owls. Oh, who was that then? Mandy. She's going to make some plant pot covers out of this. Oh, how do you make a plant pot cover out of fabric? Doesn't it get wet? Oh, have you done it already? Oh, I've not done that show. Who did it? Oh, Lucy did it. Oh, I'll have to have a look in the... We've got a room where all of our... Is it made... Which fabric it's made out of? Could you get me a plant pot holder, Jay, please? I'll have a look at it. Thank you. Right, now. The fabric that I have done with you, the batik range... even Chris, my next-door neighbour, she loves batik. Batik is such a fine art to do. You get it from Indonesia and places like that. What you do is you get a piece of fabric, like use good quality cotton or something like that, and you wet it, you wash it all through and everything, and then while it's wet, you put wax on it, liquid wax on it, you paint it on or you draw it on. But what you do is you put the opposite of what you want to go. So if you want to, like, so that one there is called buttons, right? You don't put the buttons on, you draw the other, you draw all the others. So you draw where you want the colour not to go. So when you're doing buttons, you do round the outside in a different colour. It's but you have to do each colour at a time. It takes forever. So to get a batik fabric with a pattern like that, specific pattern like that, for £6.95 for half a metre, out of this world. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. We love it, we love it, we love it. We haven't made the bag out of that, but wouldn't it look lovely? Wouldn't it look lovely out of that? Any of these batiks, then look at this one. Now, this is Jay's favourite. We've got this one here today because this one is Jay's favourite. I think it's called Forest Fire or something like that, isn't it? It's really... Look at the colours in here. Look at the intricacy in here. Really, really lovely, lovely, lovely colours and prints. I will waft them out in a second. I've got plenty of time to go through all of these with you. This is really lovely. Imagine that bag, because you haven't got a directional fabric in this one, so it's just going to be all over Forest Fire. £6.95 for half a metre. I think we worked out that you can get it out of was it half a metre you needed? I'll check on the instructions. £6.95 for half a metre. We'll stay on that fabric and look at the colours. Now you've got the greens, you've got the yellows, you've got the reds, you've got the blues in there. All of the fabulous, fabulous colours. Now the kit to make the bag, you see the graphic across the bottom. £11.95 for the kit. Okay, I've got two more fabrics to show you here before I go over and show you the bag. Right. Are you going to the kit, sorry? Okay, because I've got two more fabrics to show you. Now I love this fabric because Natasha and Paul, they did a show of how you waterproof fabrics, didn't they, the other day? And this was one of the fabrics they used, and I love this one. This is called Purple Rain. I could start singing, but I won't. Please don't, they're saying in the gallery. Isn't it lovely? It's called Purple Rain. £6.95 for half a metre. I thought it was going to be traditional thistle as well. But remember, it's been made, they may not have traditional thistles in Indonesia where this was painted, you see. But I love it. I love that fabric. What would you make out of that fabric? Remember, you can send in your pictures by emails of anything that you made and you might want to show us today. That's really lovely. And then last but not least, I'll just show you one solid colour fabric we've got here, which we worked really well with our batiks. There was not a black one in this hour. We're supposed to have a black one in this hour as well. But anyway... There we go. There we've got this green, this vibrant... Just go onto the website, see the black. I don't need to show you the black. But the black looks lovely with these batiks. But this one here, this is lime green. Lime green, £3.25 for half a metre. Just give us a call, 0800 112 44 33, sewingquarter.com. Now, of course, today we're talking about making the bag kit, which I'll go back and show you in a second. But you could use these fabrics for anything, couldn't you? Lots of you come in. Oh, that's lovely, Jay, thank you. Lots of you buying the white. Lots of you buying the white. That's lovely, isn't it? So now, a lot of you are asking what the books are behind me. I will come back to books in a minute. I will come back to books in a minute because I've got to go back and show you this bag kit over here. Because A lot of you asking how it all works. Now, I'm not going to make one, obviously, but I will just show you very quickly. So this is what the bag looks like when it's finished. I don't know if you're looking at there or looking just still. I will do it in a second. There it is. There it is. So that's the kit there. That's the front of the kit. That's not the, obviously, usually we show you the kit with everything that's in it. £11.95. You're making the little blue one at the front. So you choose your own fabrics. And then when you get the instructions, hang on, there's so many of them, right? It shows you straight away how to cut it out on your fabric. In fact, let me just get my glasses. While you look at that, let me just get my glasses. Oh, hang on, there's a still, is there, of what's inside? I was just going to see how much fabric you need to buy, because it should tell you on the kit, shouldn't it? There you go. That's everything you get there. Oh, now, this kit always sells out. I can only seem to find the German rating. Oh, no, shopping list. So, you get all of that in the kit, which I'll go through in a second. But the shopping list is you need fabric 45 centimetres by 60 centimetres. So you do need to buy a metre of fabric. You need to buy a metre of fabric to make the bag that we're showing. Okay. We don't get the fabric in the kit because you get all of this. So you get all of that. I'll show you how it goes together in a second. And then the instructions. Always sells out this pack when we show it, because it's so versatile. So I'll just quickly go through how you make it, right? So you buy one of the fabrics, or your fabrics of your choice, and then you iron on. That's the bottom of the bag there, you see? That's the side. Oh, there's a side missing. That's the side of the bag. That's the end of the bag. Oh, there's the other side there. There you go. That's the other. I can show you like this. That's the other bag. So that basically is the shape of your bag. So you can see how it's shiny on the side there. So you iron the shiny sides to the fabric. And then what you do is you then put on... So that all comes in the kit. The only thing you have to... So far, the only thing you've had to bring is the fabric. Then you put that on the top, which is the heat-resistant batting that goes inside. And then what you do is you create, again, you've got the things that go inside the handles. You iron these to your fabric as well to create the handles. Then you either make bias binding or get a ribbon to treat them with. But you also get the bondina, or the bonder web, to stick the fabric to the strap. So it's everything you need construction-wise is sort of there, really, isn't it? £11.95. And then that creates that really lovely shape of the bag there. I'll just bring the finished bags in. There you go. Look, so this is the finished bag. Now, I must stress, in the kit, you don't get the fabric. So that's why we're doing a fabric show, to show you what you could do with it. I mean, I love the bag. Right, let me open this again. So what you need to do is you need to buy a couple of buttons as well. That you can buy. Oh no, these buttons are available on the website. You can buy those buttons on our website. But if you've got, I tell you what would look lovely. You know, yesterday we had those hologram diamond-like buttons. You'll find them on the website. I had them in Sammy's show. They'd look nice, and then make it more. Do you know, if you made one in black and put those on, that would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Or use the dark batik buttons. Oh, really lovely. So basically, you've got a little bag here. So if you wanted to, when you go out for afternoon tea with your friends, you can pop your phone, your keys. What else would you take? Your lipstick, your lip gloss. What else would you... Purse. No, it depends if you're being treated to the afternoon, Dan. If there's a young man treating you to the afternoon, you won't need your purse. You might need your purse for the taxi home on your own afterwards, won't you? And then you pop all that in there, off you go. See? Look, it's glamorous, isn't it? Not on me, obviously. I couldn't look glamorous if I tried. But how cute is that? You see, how lovely is that? Loads are coming in for this kit. Make sure you buy the fabric while you're there as well. £11.95. There's the owls at the bottom there, across the bottom there. And now what they've used in this one is we used the green owls. I'll put it down now because I feel a bit silly, standing like an it girl like that doing my show. And then you've got the grey one going and the piping round. But then when you get to the hotel room and you're thinking, oh, my top has got a little bit creased in the bag, you literally just open it, and because you've got that thermal lining in there, it becomes a little... So if you've got a travel iron, just do your little top. Because it's not going to be a big top, is it? When you... Oh, no, that's a tent, isn't it? Hannah might wear a big top. But you know what I mean? It's not going to be a big top. It'll just be like a little camisole top or whatever you're wearing to go out for afternoon tea. Just want to get the creases out. It's just, and then what you do is you fold it back up, which Dale will do that one for me now. You just fold it back up, and you've got your designer bag. Now, what I also love, they do tell you this in the instructions. I'll put it down. What they tell you in the instructions is you can either put a bias binding tape around the bottom there, on the inside of the strap. Or they also suggest if you have a lovely decorative ribbon, now go onto the website, look at the ribbons we sell. You can put the straps on the other way around and have the ribbon detailing. I think the blue one's got it here. Look at the front of this. This is what they suggest on here. Look, you see, they've got the ribbon detailing going round the outside of theirs. Oh, they've got writing on their ribbon. But you know what I mean? We've got that lovely ribbon. If you go to the website and have a look at it, but it looks like grosgrain ribbon, and it looks like the stitches down each side. We've got it in grey, in pink, in white, beige. Lovely, lovely ribbon. Get some of that. Get some of that and use that on the handle as well. I just think it's ideal. Oh, lots of you loving this fabric. Lots of you loving this fabric. I mean, it is just beautiful, isn't it? Do you know what? I might just toddle over and look at the fabrics again. Here we go. Because you're loving the handbag and you're loving the fabric. So let me just hang that up there because I'm not going to walk around with that all day. So, Hannah, is this one of the most favourite so far? Oh, second favourite. That's the second favourite. Got that. I'll take it. Let me take it off because you want to see this in its full glory, this fabric. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I thought I got it upside down then. Everyone was looking at me strangely. No, it's just me. Yeah. Isn't it lovely? Now, where do we think we are? What town do we think we are in there? No. I was going to say, isn't that funny? I was going to say Venice. Hannah thinks it looks like Birmingham. She obviously walks around with rose-tinted spectacles. I thought it looked like Venice, but there's no water. Jay saying Liverpool. Toxteth in Liverpool, he says it looks like. £5, I don't know the area myself, £5.95 for half a metre. I love the colours. Look at all those beautiful colours. I think we thought it was Venice because of the copper roofs, maybe, because when the roofs in Venice, the copper roofs, they've got copper content, they go that greeny colour, don't they? £5.95 half a metre. I just love that fabric. Really love it. It's from the Street Life, that's the Street Life one, that one. It's Street Life range, and it's called City Print. Street Life range called City Print. It's by Dashwood. It's lovely, isn't it? I'll just put that there a second. Because I want you to see this one very quickly. This is like the A to Z, isn't it? It's like the A to Z, or a mosaic. Isn't it? No, I hadn't thought of mosaic, but I just said that more like the A to Z. I love it. I wonder what the red houses signify. £5 and... Oh, I know, I won't say, but I know if it was Jay's fabric, I know what they mean. £5.95 for half a metre. 0800 112 44 33. Sewingcords.com if you want to buy it on the web. But look at that. Now, the colours, we see on the bag over there, on the table, we use this one as the binding, and we use the other one as the main body of the bag, didn't we? £5.95 for a half a metre. Really, really lovely. I'll just fold that one up because I want to get onto the owls now. The owls are very, very popular. Oh, here we go. Here's the bag. Selling the kit, remember, the kit will come across... Oh, sorry, I got my glasses on my head. The kit will come across the bottom there in a second. This is the little bag that we made out of the owl. Now, if you're wondering why the owls are all in different directions, because it's a directional fabric. See, they're up and down in there. But because you cut it out and fold it up, it's like an origami. Is that the right word? Origami, yep. Bag, you've got them going in all directions, but you see what I mean about that gold and green? I'll show you the gold and green one in a minute. The one I'm going to show you first, oh, there's the kit there, £11.95. I'll show you the one they call grey, owls on grey, but actually it's more of an indigo. I mean, it has got grey in it, but it's got that indigo purple tone to it. Both the colours of the owls are absolutely fabulous. This is #1 popular in the hour. This is #1 popular in there. But how many other things could you make out of this? Not just that bag, all the things you could make. If you collect owls, imagine if you collect owls. Do you know what would look nice? I'm sure Joe has done a soft toy owl. You could make an owl out of owl fabric, couldn't you? It would be a hoot, thank you. Thank you for that one, Hannah. I won't be using it. £5.45 for half a metre. Remember, buy the kit. The kits are flying out, just so you know, £11.95. Make it in any fabric you want, but how beautiful does it look in the owl fabric? So that is the grey one there, from the Papillon range, But then I've also got it in the green. Now, as I was trying to explain, green gold, Ulu Verger is what I was trying to say earlier. Green gold fabric, but it doesn't have... It has not a matte finish, actually, but it hasn't got that sheen, so it makes it look very, very exotic. Almost like an Aztec print, really. It's lovely. It's just called the Owls on Green Papillon range. I think it's beautiful. I think it's lovely. £5.45. Now, isn't it lovely? Because the owl isn't just a boring old little owl like an anatomical drawing. It's got a little character. You know what that owl is thinking, don't you? You know what that owl is thinking. I can't say on air, but £5.45 for half a metre. It's just lovely. What would you make out of that? What would you make out of that? Cushions. Hannah would have cushions. I think I'd want it to be shown off a bit more than cushions. Would it be wise? Would it be wise or a hoot to make cushions out of that? Right, now we need to move on to the batiks now, because you're loving your batiks. I'm going to have a very empty A-frame, aren't I, at this rate? This, now that bag would look lovely out of this fabric, wouldn't it? Oh, now, Hannah's saying if somebody could buy this and make the bag out of it and send a picture in, she'd love that. Won't obviously happen by the end of the show, but because that's not a directional fabric, all you're going to see in the bag is all the colours all merging together and all the lovely, lovely button detailing on there. Now, this is batik fabric. It's so difficult to create a batik print. And here we are, we've got it at £6.95 for half a metre. Now, that bag would look amazing in there, but you could use this again for so many different... Look at all the colours. Can we just go out a bit? Can we see the whole piece of fabric? Because look, it's got almost like a leopardy print. You know what I mean? With all the different colours. It's got a kind of leopardy print on there. I just love that. £6.95 for half a metre. The leopard wouldn't last very long in the wild, would it? Because everyone would see it as it was running along in all those bright colours. But I just think it's a lovely, lovely colour. And then last but not least, on my A-frame, we've got this. We've got the Forest Fire. Now this, again, imagine if you made that bag out of this. How stunning is that going to look? But you know what? I'd sort of want to make something bigger out of this, because you'd want the print to be seen at its, most outstanding, wouldn't you, really? It's called Forest Fire in the batik fabric, £6.95 for half a metre. Lots of you buying the multi-bag set, by the way. Just confirm, if you've got it in your basket, check out. At £6.95 for half a metre. I've got another batik to show you. I think it's behind me, though, but Mike doesn't like me to turn around, but I've got to get it. There we go. Now, we thought this one would be called Thistle, but it's actually Purple Rain. It's actually called Purple Rain. It's nice. Now, look, if you're doing a Scottish theme, in one of your rooms, then this would be nice. Or indeed, you're going up there to visit friends or something, that would be lovely. Batik printed fabric. Purple Rain by Macau. £6.95 for half a metre. That is a lovely all-over print, isn't it? And again, that would look nice on the bag, because you're going to get the thistles or the Purple Rain going in all different directions, aren't you? At £6.95 for half a metre. Right, very quickly, I've just got to show you the lime green solid that goes so beautifully with that one. Because you could trim or line the bag in this one. It's a really luscious. Now, like I say, all our solid fabrics, they are all on the website. So if you don't want the green, if this is too green for you, if you want a different tone, we've got all sorts of different colours on the website. £3.25 for half a metre. That's lovely. Oh, now, also, that was Jay's hand you just saw then. This, that's how quickly we had to get it to you, because it's selling out. It's so many. It's selling out fast. It's selling fast, this one. Get yourselves on the phone. Like we always restock it. So if it is out, we always get more in. So don't worry, there's no immediate rush. But because we always have it stocked, but it's very, very popular. It is a bright white, pure white, I'd say that one. £3.25. And keep looking at that one, because I'll just do this. Last but not least, we've got the red. We've got the red that you saw with the I Love You panel earlier. Oh, no, they won't. Okay, just go to the website. Oh, no, you can't go to the website for this. We've got it here. What you need to do is go to the live page just down there and click on put it in your basket that way. This is the bag. This is the bag I've been showing. The kits are selling so well today. They are selling so brilliant. It's a lovely little bag. I mean, when you open it out, it turns into a portable ironing mat. But how beautiful is that? It's a really, really lovely designer handbag. You know what? My friend Elizabeth, you know Elizabeth, who worked big in publishing, she'd look nice with this. She'd look lovely, because this would be her. This would be her going out on a Friday night in London. Oh, you missed my impression. That's fine. We'll get some graphics in. We'll get some graphics in for you. 0800 112 4433. This is sewingquarter.com, remember, if you want to go onto the web. Now, if you want to go to look on the web, please do. That's the way to go. Because now all the pieces that you're seeing in this show, they will be listed below me. If you go to the web now and you press on watch live, right? And then you can go down, there you go, watch live. Then you go down the page, you see, that'll be me in a minute. It's still stuck on the owl fabric at the top there. But if you go down the page, there are all the fabrics that we've shown in today's show and all the notions that we've shown. Keep going. Will it keep going? There you go. There's the owl fabric. There's the I love you panel. There's everything, the books and everything that you've seen from today's show. You can go on there and pop it in your basket. I haven't got much time left. I had a lovely day today. Oh, are the graphics about to come in? There you go. That's for the bag set to create this bag, £11.95. So it's been really, really popular. And all the fabrics, and also the Hungry Caterpillar fabrics. Absolutely. The panel, you're loving the panel. This is the multi-bag set, do-it-yourself. Create it. That's what you get inside the pack there to create that really, really, it's like a designer bag, isn't it? Imagine if you went to one of the shops in Covent Garden or the Custard Factory in Birmingham or something like that. How much would you have to pay for a handbag like that? You tell me. Anyway, that's me done for today. Thank you so much for your company. I've had a lovely time. I'm not back now till Monday. I've got the weekend off, the only weekend I've got off this weekend. Natasha and little Paul will be in tomorrow. Thanks so much for your company. Remember, just go to the website, see anything. Bye. I'll see you very soon.
Sewing Quarter is at the very heart of sewing, as we bring you all things sewing and quilting. The team behind us live and breathe sewing day to day. We strive to bring you exclusive offers, exciting live demonstrations, and most importantly, we will custom cut fabric to your specification in our very own cutting room. We will also be bringing you TV exclusives that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So come and join us today at the Sewing Quarter.
Welcome to the Sewing Quarter!